This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
A real set of badonkers, packing some Doban hunkeros.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of man.
What's going down, babes? Show me the loving.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
These people are making a lot of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism.
You're watching Will of the Fans! Let's fucking go!
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
Yeah! Yes!
Hello, everybody. It's been a week. What the fuck? Oh boy, has it been a week. What a week. My God. My God, what a week it's been. Yes, okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to WTF Live. Sans John, Sans Rhoda. We are Billy No Mates today, or Willie No Mates. Fuck it, it's the same name either way. Hello, I'm William No Mates today. And that's what's up. Yeah, what's up with my room? I told you, I got a job. I'm doing stuff. I have to change my room for it, basically. So that's why I have a different backdrop, and all kinds of stuff like that. But, yeah, that's why, basically. That's where all of my games and stuff are over here now, not behind me. Because the nature of what I'm doing, wouldn't really look that good if I had just piles and piles of video games and toys. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to sell out a little bit to feed the kids. But hey, it is what it is, and I appreciate you being here anyway. And, you know, there's still Naruto and One Piece and here, Vegeto's here as well. There you go. Just in case. It's alright, I haven't renounced my fandom. I'm still Will and fans. Well, I'm sort of. Mostly Will. Part-time Will of the fans. You know what? Fuck it. I'm here, and I'm here to talk about some dickheads, so let's fucking go. Yeah, baby! Holy fucking hell. What an insane time it has been the last few days. I actually... It feels like it was a month ago that I was sitting here with John and Rhoda, and we were trying to sort of put a bow on the fucking Chrissie Mayr situation, and that hasn't worked at all, has it? Not even remotely. My walls have turned into polygons. Yes, my life has become PS1 quality now. That's why I've graduated to polygons. You'll see. In 20 years, I'll have a photorealistic background again. We'll see. Who knows? But I do know this. I actually quite like it. I think it looks quite snazzy. So, I'm all right with it. I'm okay with it. And it has given me a hell of a lot more space. So that's pretty good too. Anyway, yeah, it's nice to see you guys. It's been a week. It has. I thought I might get a stream out on Tuesday or Thursday, but no, I was far too busy. And just before we get into anything else, fuck Grok this week, all right? Just absolutely fuck Grok. It has been a whole goddamn 3 days that this son of a bitch fucking AI system has been telling me your limit has been reached when I've generated like 10 damned things. I'm supposed to have 200, Elon, before a 2-hour reset. Okay, I almost never hit that limit, and I've hit it consistently, like every time I've used Grok in the last 3 days. Within 5 minutes, it's telling me my limit's fucked. So kiss my ass. I'm genuinely going to find another service if this doesn't improve very, very soon. So that can fuck right off. Yeah. Anyway, it's good to see you guys. It has been a while. It has been a few days. It has been a busy fucking period for me as well. This feels so weird without the right lights on and stuff. But hey, whatever, is what it is. But yeah, some strange things have been afoot. The first thing that I need to do is it's going to be slightly ironic and a little bit meta. But it would seem, in keeping with what I said last week, that I actually owe you guys an apology. So let me just make this as clear as I can. I'm sorry for doubting you. Not that I really did doubt you, but I had my eyes and ears open for the possibility that Chrissie Mayr was just stupid and not, in fact, acting out of malicious intentions or just plain greed. As it turns out, I was acting under incomplete information, let's just say that. And upon reflection on her Sunday stream, oh God, what a complete catastrophe that was. You were right, I was wrong, as I expected you would be. And since I didn't know what I know now, and I do know what I know now, I therefore apologize. Now, having done that, I would also like to demonstrate to Miss Chrissie Mayr that that's how you fucking apologize, you dumb cunt. Seriously, it is genuinely baffling the way this woman has conducted herself this week. Actually staggering. I am fucking appalled by every single move I have seen that dumbass witch make. It's actually staggering. All you gotta do is literally say, sorry, I wasn't sure how I felt about this situation yet, or I didn't know all the info, blah, 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 blah. You were right, I apologize. Look, you know, like I just did with regards to her. But as it stands, I wanted to see how it played out. I wanted to see if she was a fuckwit or an absolute piece of shit. And it turns out that she's behaved mostly this week like a contemptuous bitch. Who has shut down chats and ignored super chats and turned on her friend and called us all SJWs. I'm sorry, 2018 called. It wants its fucking lingo back. All right, nobody uses that kind of terminology anymore, except of course for the quartering, because he is still living in a fantasy where it's 2018 and the only way is up. I'm afraid everything is crashing down. Now, obviously, I've got more than just 1 or 2 stories to cover in this, so this is going to be all over the place. No, not least of which, just the Chrissie stuff, the Jer stuff. It's all over the shop. I can't remember what happened on what day. And then, of course, we've also got a couple of other things on the positive side. Did you get a look at Gina Carano this week? Holy shit, buddy. Whoa. Wow. She's looking healthy. Let's just say that. And I'm looking forward to that fight. Although most people are saying Ronda's probably going to win, I'll still be rooting for Gina. Because Gina Carano is an absolute delight. And Ronda Rousey insulted the sport of wrestling, which I am a fan of. So Ronda Rousey can get fucked forever. And Gina Carano remains, you know, the nerds, the geeks' sweetheart, really. And you know, she's the only woman I could think of who kicks all that ass in real life and also beat the shit out of Disney in a lawsuit. So that's just fucking cool. Anyway, JDA does. Well, that's not surprising. JDA is just basically the furry quartering. So, you know, honest to God, literally just let them all get together and make their own Friday night tights. You know, you can call it like Monday morning hangover or something, and it can be Jeremy. No, you can call it like Tuesday morning hangover. That would be even funnier because it implies that you were drinking on a weeknight. So you can have Jer, you can have Chrissy, you can have Mel, and you can have JDA, and anyone else. I guess just throw EVS in there as well, although I'm pretty sure him and Quartering don't get on. But yeah, just put it all together and we can have one show a week that we can just go to and felt the fuck out of, or maybe a day if you feel like it. If you've got that many oranges to throw, then you know, there you go. It'll be brilliant. Well, I've noticed the quality of the trolling in Jeremy's fucking streams has been just another level. It's so fucking clever now. Like, you can't tell who's actually a Spurg fan of the quartering and who's in there trolling the fuck out of the entire situation. It's been glorious. Glorious. It's got to be said. But yeah, so I have so much to go through. There's this tweet. They're all over the place. I swear to God, if you guys want me to talk about any particular aspect of this first or whatever, well, you're obviously super chatting already. So thanks for that. And yeah, feel free. Just feel free to guide me where we're going to go. Because besides that, of course, we also have got currently happening right now in the capital city of England, London, a place I have not been to for 6 or 7 years, because I haven't set foot in the UK in that time. Yeah, the protest, the Tommy Oliver UTK protest is happening right now. Rhoda is at it, so is Sardok. Shout out to them out there being the roving reporters, having a fucking good time. I hope we'll hear a bit from them as and when they can tell us anything. I did tell them if they can get into the stream. They're obviously invited. But I think at the moment it's just too chaotic. We'll probably check in with them, see what's going on. Just have a quick... Actually, might just do that up front. Just have a quick peek. Because it's set to be as big, if not bigger, than the last one. And that was, what, 2 or 3 million people. So... pretty impressive stuff. I certainly ain't got a problem with that. Of course, if you want to see it from Tommy Robinson's perspective, you go to him. But if you want to see the mainstream media freaking out, oh, buddy, just Google UTK protest. It is hilarious. And you will get The Guardian, The Times, The Guardian again, various other fucking lefty publications all freaking out about far right. Fuck's sake. I mean, come on. Far right. Are you telling me that like a million people in the UK are far right? 3 million, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 million people. All these people who are pulling for restore or reform, they're all far right. Well, in that case, you live in a far right country and you should probably be the ones to leave. Okay? Because there's fucking no point. I live in the Philippines, right? It's super conservative here, although it's also not. I mean, you know, a 70-year-old man can get laid here. But it's supposed to be a conservative country, and the general sort of values of the culture are very conservative. Very much so. Are they far right then? Does that make them far right? In which case, why do these liberal president candidates keep trying to get voted? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Fuck Philippine politics. You want to talk about that? Talk to my wife. Still, before we get into anything or pick a direction for the show, let me just shout you guys out. St. Hugo already gifted a membership. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. One more for the Grid Force and the Princess.
Help me create the future of the white race.
So fucking lootly, Mr. Sardock is here, or rather he is in London, and he has sent us a simple £2 and a hashtag UTK. Fucking let's go! Yeah, boys! That's damn right. Damn right. They're considered far right because Stalin is considered a centrist these days. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, unless you're Lenin... I think that's actually pretty much just Hassan Piker now. So, especially if you saw that cringe photo of him sitting on the train reading Lenin, wearing a $4,000 Cartier ring. Wanker. All right. We do have to get back to doing Wanker of the Week. It'll resume soon, guys. My schedule will start to make a bit more sense. But Sardock, thank you so much for the £2. Appreciate you. But, yes, of course, Rufus, you're absolutely right. The Overton window shifted violently left in the last sort of 10 years or so. And as a result of all that, we all look like we are far right. While we haven't moved an inch, and I'm more or less smack bang in the centre, apart from slightly to the right. And a long way down into libertarian, I suppose. Because mostly I just want tiny government that is almost ineffectual unless there's a serious issue like crime or something like that. But generally what I want is a system that doesn't run on systems. That's basically it. You know, a government of people who govern when they have to and stay the fuck out of it when they don't. And for everything not to be done as a fucking algorithm. That would be nice. James OP, hello to you, sir. Appreciate you being here, man. Says, you have another service. I do have another service. I used it the other day. I thought maybe you would notice. I did, to generate an image that I badly needed. But I'm talking about videos. I don't think yours does videos yet, does it? If it does, then we need to talk. But I need to generate a lot of video. It's part of my job. I do media for a company, basically. That's it. So there we go. Anyway, thank you. And yeah, I haven't forgotten. I did, in fact, come by just recently to try to create a diagram. I was having immense trouble getting Grok to understand what the fuck I was talking about. I was like, oh my god, yeah, of course. Why don't I use that? I feel like I've been on another planet for a week. It's weird. It's like doing this only at the weekends and then having like a whole week of doing something completely different. It's messing with my brain a little bit. But thank you. And of course, I don't forget these things. Or to say thank you for $2. Yeah, boy! And UF Omega, hello to you as well, buddy. Thank you for being here. Says Gina has lost £100, 70 from her cake. Devil. Well, to be fair, she does look fucking fire lately. Where's Gina Carano's Twitter? She actually posted a really nice little post earlier. See if I can get it on screen. Okay, so first of all, thank you as well for $2. Appreciate you. It feels like I've forgotten how this all works. It's crazy. All right, so there's Gina Carano's Twitter, obviously. And we see her weighing in, actually coming in less than Ronda Rousey by 0.6 of a pound. So yeah, that is bewildering how she got that slim that fast. Like genuinely, I've seen weight loss that goes really hard, but like that fast. It's pretty amazing actually. There's been loads of clips of it, loads of this stuff. Look at that, for crying out loud. Oh, where's the exhibitionist? Jesus Christ, lady, stop it. Stop, I've got to go away. Well, haven't I hit like on that? There we go. Oh, I bookmarked it. But we can just go down her fucking page there. She just looks ridiculous compared to what she looked like before. In the actual post with the bikini, she did say that she lost £100. Hurts to say that and share that, but I mean, it shouldn't really hurt to admit, because at the end of the day, yeah, we could all see her a year or two ago, all right? And we were all being very, very nice, because she's a very, very nice lady and we all like her an awful lot. But, you know, she had looked better, let's be fair. And she knows it, and she knew it, and she did something about it. To say anything else would be supporting body positivity, which is not a positive thing in any way, shape or form, and is deeply unhealthy. She looks absolutely... Also, Ronda's limping at the weigh-in. Uh-oh. Yeah, but Jesus Christ, though. Look at Gina Carano. Fucking hell, buddy. She's, like, lost 10 years of her life, I swear. I mean, not of her life. She looks 10 years younger. So this is cool. By the way, everybody, no matter what side of the quartering shit they're on, or even what side of Comicsgate they're on, or what side of politics they're on, even some people from the left are saying, wow, you look great, you know? And this is a great thing. I mean, perhaps you liked bigger, curvier Gina. I personally thought of that there. Yeah, that one. We can't have that on screen for too long. God knows. You get flagged for nothing these days, so I'm not going to give him an excuse. I already dropped a C-bomb. So there's Gina as she was, like, 10 years ago. I don't know if she's lost that. I'm not sure. But she's looking good. And then we've got, you know, people vein posting themselves. Yeah. That is hard to believe, isn't it? That's hard to believe. Did you see the scene where she took the freaking ice bath as well? Like, she was like, action. Now she looks like this again. And if that's not your favorite Gina, I understand your standards of beauty. But there we go. Anyway, it's not about what she looks like. It's about her doing what makes her feel good, what makes her feel healthy. And I guess this, you know, I am pretty harsh to Ronda Rousey. Because she's a dick, you know, a dickhead who walked into the sport of wrestling, insulted it, left, came back and tried to make up for it, but it was too little too late. But apparently she has been like super duper fucking supportive, because I think she sort of challenged her to lose the weight and then do the fight or something. I'm not quite sure how it all came about, but she did say that she was waiting for you know, over a year and a half for her to lose this weight so that they could do this fight. So, you know, you always had a girl crush on Gina. Hey, Toasty, you have a link if you want to jump in. Anyway, this is just fantastic. I'm really thrilled to see her looking. I mean, damn, son, what the fucking hell? But looking healthy again. Let's try to take the high road here, lads, shall we? Let's at least publicly appear to be taking the high road. We're not Jeremy Hambly. We're not going to debase ourselves. But she's looking fucking phenomenal. There was loads of posts. There was loads of clips of her as well. And then is this the one? Is this the speech?
I'm gonna miss this so much.
No, this is a good one, but it's not the one.
For standing up for freedom of speech in this country. I don't apologize one bit for anything that I said. Let's go! It was spot on. I look back and I have so much confidence in myself because everything that I said came true. Everything that I said happened. Everybody was holding their breath and I didn't. And I'm usually the one that's really relaxed and calm. But I stood up and I spoke.
Let's not underestimate just exactly how much this poor woman suffered between 2021, beginning of 21, and what, 2025? I think it was last year, wasn't it, that the lawsuit with Disney was finally finalized, or maybe it was 24. I'm not sure, but let's not imagine that, like, being called the thing she was called, being kicked out of the entertainment industry, you know, being made a pariah, being called abhorrent, being told you're an anti-Semite, which of course is absurd because if anything, she was standing up for the fucking Semites. She, you know, it's madness. It's, you know, the mental and emotional toll that probably took, and clearly she found a coping mechanism that made her balloon in weight, and with it all said, done, and fixed, and with the with some light back in her life, you know, she's gone back to something that she loved to do, obviously fighting, and used that as a way to motivate herself to get back into shape. It's all just damn positive. I'm just thrilled for her. I think this is great. Whoever wins, we all win, basically. Especially Gina Carano. Even if she loses the fight, she's won overall, because she just, once again, looks like just this effortlessly graceful lady. It's good for her.
Spoke out, and I paid a heavy price for it. But I pay that price again and again and again because we cannot let what was happening to this country happen again. We cannot let go of our freedom of speech, even if you don't like it. Like, we need to be able to speak to one another.
Oh, what's that? We need to be able to say things without fear of censorship. Is that right? Oh, wow, imagine that. Somehow, I don't think the Quartering's fantasy of getting cucked by Gina Carano until she finally falls in love with him is ever going to come true. And don't get me wrong, it was never going to come true, but now it's especially not, because he's a flaggot.
To open up speech, and we can't lose our rights. So, I mean, you know, there's been people that have been fired that I don't agree with their opinion, but I don't think they should be fired. I don't think they should get their livelihood from it. We should be able, in America, to set the precedent of freedom. And I'm not sorry one bit, and it turned out well. Disney settled, and I'm proud of that. That was a huge victory
Disney bent the
for
knee.
me. And
Disney blinked.
You know, that was a personal, or that's a business victory. This is kind of more of a personal, reclaim my body victory. So thank you for asking that question.
Just what a star, you know? What a great lady. Brave as fuck. Like genuinely, this is your strong woman, ladies, okay? Not just because she can kick ass, but because, Jesus, what's wrong with Rhonda's face in that picture? She looks like Mr. Burns. All right, well, whatever. Anyway, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yours does. Oh, boom. James OP for $10. It does do videos. It does. I thought you said before that you weren't quite there yet, or that it was too much server space, or something. Anyway, it says I don't see when people use it. I do not track or see what people do on it. My sister uses it too. The issue with video is making them means only one. No one else can use it. Only I can. Ah, I see. Well, maybe if I do get into a situation where I badly need to render something, or I need image to video or something, maybe I'll hit you up first and see if it's possible. Because there are times when I need to, like, produce clips, and I need to produce them fast, and I need a certain thing, and I can't get it. And obviously the reason most people would use Grok for that is because until this point it's been an outstanding deal. You know, you can generate potentially hundreds of clips a day. And you know, you'll have to stop and wait if you do too many, but something's seriously wrong. It's actually been driving me nuts all day long. The way it's been working, it's weird. It's been extremely strange, and I thought, like, am I taking fucking crazy pills? Because I don't understand what, like, am I the only one seeing this or what? But no, it is actually it's a big problem. It's in the news now, apparently. It's, well, a couple of news sites have covered it anyway. Yeah, the issue is that it tells you you've reached your limit when you clearly haven't. Like, sort of go to bed, wake up in the morning, start work, render a couple of images, like one of them, start going, okay, let's make that into a video clip, and limit reached. Like, excuse me? But there you go. Anyway, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And also, thanks for $10. We'll be in touch.
10. Drop it.
Yes! Also, earlier on, St. Hugo has 16 months of membership. Says, good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Is that the rest of that? I don't think I know much more of the rest of that. Or if I've heard it, I haven't heard it for a very long time. But there you go. That's more or less how it goes. Yes, indeed. Certainly, when people are cornered, we'll get to him in a minute, and his friends. But before that, congratulations on 16 months, by the way. And Paul Ashworth is here, gifting one for the Griff Force and the princesses as well. Thank you both very much indeed.
Help me create the future of the white race.
Alrighty then, let's yeah, this is the clip of her training with Chemical Brothers playing in the background. Better not play the audio, but she's looking good. She's looking really good. Pleased for her, really pleased. I hate that poster. Makes it look like she's falling over when clearly she's meant to be kicking or whatever. She looks really good. I mean, the footwork is spot on as well. Like, it looks like she never stopped. It's actually kind of baffling. I was like, holy crap. Like, she's just fucking, I don't know. I wanted to win, obviously. But a lot of people are saying it will probably be Ronda. And that's a fair assessment. I mean, she's not been out of the game as long as CARANO. The last time Gina Carano had a fight was like 17 years ago. So it's been a while, you know. We'll see how it goes. I don't even know how old she is anymore. Isn't she like same age as me, I think? She is 44. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Anyway, she can still go. And if she doesn't want to, you know, I guarantee there's a place for her in WWE. Anyway, right. Let's move on from that then. Let's check in quickly with Mr. Robinson and see what the fuck's going on down in London. What's this?
I live in Braintree and we have the largest airbase in the UK.
I live in Braintree. I can tell, love. You sound like Essex trash.
We have 1,200 illegal men. Illegal men who are sexually assaulting our nurses at Broomfield Hospital.
It's not actually
and
funny.
Raping teenage girls in HMOs.
Did she just say H with a H at the start? I thought we all grew out of that when we were like 10.
This was a lie.
Look, I'm not trying to be horrible to her or anything. It's just, I'm just British. I've got to criticise everything, you know. But, you know, good on her for standing up and talking about this shit, because this is the reason we have to have these damn rallies.
Forces, we see
HMOs, yeah, I know, right? It's pronounced H. Yes, I know that's a bit cruel. It's a bit like how the noun of pronounce is pronunciation. It's like a cruel joke. It's like English playing a fucking joke on you. Anyway.
Worried about the safety of their community and of their children.
Fair.
Together, we documented truth. We exposed, with the help of BB Media, that they were taking the migrants to our community hospital and testing them for TB, with people sat in the waiting room who had cancer. Do you also think that that's okay?
What the fuck are they testing for TB for? Everyone gets a BCG
Not
in
only
school.
that, but in our group, we have legal migrants who are saying this is not the country they signed up to. Is this the country that we know? No, because it's being taken from us.
We're not showing
You
our
need
best,
to
are we?
hold your councils to account.
I don't miss white people, you know.
Men. Not only were the migrants housed in our base,
What
but
the
they've
fuck?
been
Everybody
bussed into our
needs
town.
H. No, people who have crap education say H.
What they're getting? Breakdancing lessons.
What?
Seriously, breakdancing. Not only that, they're getting art therapy. How many people here are waiting for mental health treatment?
There's way too many people waiting for
Exactly.
mental health
Good
treatment.
men in this country need support, mental health support. And these men coming over on boats are getting it handed on a plate.
Sounds like my aunt.
2 weeks after coming across
Support.
that border
Proper
illegally.
sounds like my aunt.
I've had brave whistleblowers reach out to me.
All right, you know what? I'm sure she's, fighting the good fight, love. Good for you. Good for the country. Good for the Brits. Let's go mon the British. Let's have it. I really can't be bothered to listen to your awful accent anymore. And I say that as someone who doesn't sound that different, really. Let's be honest. But anyway, let's get on to well, speaking of men with mental health issues, let's move over to this nice little clip here. Just sort of ease ourselves into the kind of into J gear, because that's where we got to go. Because this is from Hotep, but this is basically what we've been seeing from the quartering all week. He's totally felted, by the way. I mean, there's no other word for it. He's just had a week of not even being the most relevant person in his own scandal. Actually incredible. Actually incredible. I agree with Will of the fans and Josh Moon of Kiwi Farms. British are the worst. Whatever. Yeah, I don't miss them. Most of them. I miss a few. Not many, actually. No. Anyway.
Being on antidepressants.
All right, so this is just as meta as it can possibly get, all right? Hambly is watching, whoever the fuck this dude is, talking about mental illness and being on antidepressants. Now, of course, we all know that Mr. Hambly is himself addicted to fucking benzos and what else? What's the other? He's on Xanax. That's a benzo, isn't it? Yeah. And SSRIs. That's a lovely combo, especially when you're also popping Zins and drinking like a fish. What a great thing you're doing to your brain, Jeremy, and it shows. He's actually, if you go back even just watch him in 2020, he was, or 2023, yeah, he was boring, he was not very good, he was the quartering, but at least he could string thoughts together to make a coherent point, As it stands now, he's just this, he's got, the dead stare of a waxwork serial killer, Just literally every time I see this guy, it's just, and if he's not doing that, he's doing this. Just seething, buddy, seething. So yeah, this is and yeah, don't want to hear any other fucking molding cope about. The lights cast a shadow on my eyes. Oh no. Jeremy, you are supposedly a very rich man, yes? Okay. I have a way inferior lighting setup than you, buddy. And I don't have massive rings on. I got bags under my eyes. Sure, I don't sleep that well. Got 2 babies, you know. But I don't look like you. I don't look like you, mate. And that is not called shadow. This guy's mental, all right? You can see the shadow of his hat, and you can see where it stops. Right there, right on the bridge of his nose. All right, it's not going to cover his eyes, you fucking spurg. Anyway, let's have a listen and watch this guy try to talk about antidepressants without, you know, killing ourselves laughing.
Telling you, like, well, don't just stop taking them all at once, or, you know, you could have seizures and shit. I'm like,
yeah, great, innit? Great idea. Definitely a good idea to put your body through that. To start taking something that, if you stop, might kill you. That's great. Yeah. Might instantly kill you.
Like, I don't like that. I don't want to be, like, you know, enslaved by it.
Looks like he mouthed off to his bull and got 2 black eyes. No.
Drug, by a pharmaceutical drug, you know?
Yeah, that's why, so, you know, I know every time I share anything personal, the internet...
What did he say there?
Every time I share anything...
No, before that.
I know...
Elmo? What did you say, Jeremy?
Edo
Tensei?
No, every time I share anything personal, the internet weaponizes it against me.
That's because you're a prick, mate. And we've all had enough of you. That's right. Normally we would give some credence, a little lenience to each other. You know? We give each other generally a little credit for having a brain in our heads. With you, though, you disingenuous piece of shit, duplicitous, lying, flagging, backstabbing piece of trash, we really don't need to. We don't really need to extend that kindness to you. Because, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you're a cunt. So there we go.
I've been very open that I, for a long time, have had anxiety problems. And I have been with...
Your stable, conservative gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, for your consideration.
The past 3 months, weaning myself off, I have been on...
You ain't weaned off shit. You have not weaned off anything. Or maybe is that why you're having a fucking, like, slow, very, very slow Titanic stroke? Is that what's happening to you?
SSRI since I was 20 years old.
You went on SSRIs at 20 for anxiety. I'm sorry, I don't know any... I mean, okay, sure. Occasionally there's someone with like a genuine chemical imbalance or something like that. Very rare. But, you know, I remember this because I'm 40, right? And I remember being 20. And I remember having people around me who claimed to have things like social anxiety and things like that. I also had a friend who did grow up with diagnosed social anxiety. And like me, he decided that that was bullshit. So he forced himself into social situations as often as he possibly could, until eventually he had the confidence to fling himself across the planet and move to Chicago, where he's been for longer than I've been here. He's a good dude, and he is not anxious of anybody anywhere anymore because he just manned up. It doesn't matter. Like, there is not some phenomenon with this generation, my generation and beyond, that we're all much more mentally ill than everyone before us was. This just doesn't exist. It's just that we have built up a culture of self-diagnosing that you never should have been doing in the first place. You should have just shut up, got on with it. And to be fair, while I'm saying things that the quartering should or shouldn't have done, probably becoming a YouTuber wasn't the best fucking idea, was it? Mr. I get anxiety. Putting your entire fucking life and work and fate in the hands of the most fickle fucking business that exists in the world. More fickle than Hollywood. More fickle than music. More fickle than theatre. You became a YouTuber. You dumb bastard.
18 or 19 maybe?
A man with no talent, no creativity. This kind of reminds me of a guy I went to school with. who, and it's not going to be a long anecdote, don't worry. This guy was great at everything. He was academically excellent. His English was top-notch. He completely understood molar mass in chemistry, and he was athletically fucking excellent, apart from being a short ass. The only thing he was never any good at was music. So, of course, he had to become a musician. I mean, he succeeded for quite a long time, but then he didn't have anxiety.
And
Hey, Will, how have your oranges been this weekend? Oh, juicy. Very, very juicy. The pile has been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm going to now digest them all for you lot.
I'm weaning off it because I want to be off it completely by the end of the summer. And it has been very difficult. But
nobody cares, Jeremy. You're a flagger.
It's like it gets bad for a little bit and you just kind of fight through it. And then you're...
Yeah, molar math isn't that difficult. It just was something I got personally to the limit where I was like, okay, I understand the periodic table. I understand the chemical reactions. I was really good at most subjects. It's just when it got to that, I was like, no, don't care. Don't care. Not interested. That's like, yeah. I used to argue with my science teacher, my chemistry teacher. He was great. And he loved me too. And he was just endlessly frustrated with my lack of interest beyond the basic chemistry. I thought, chemical reactions were cool and stuff like that. But when it got to this, it's like, you're going to teach me a whole other way of measuring all this shit now? You know what? I'm out. I'm out, mate. I'm out. He got so frustrated. So bloody frustrated. I loved science in school. I was really good. I was naturally very, very good at biology. I just got it. It just made sense to me. Physics. I mean, who doesn't understand physics? Chemistry, again, it was great. But then when we got to that secondary measurement system, I was like, nah, not doing it. Not doing it, buddy. Not having it. And no, you're not supposed to take anxiety medication for that long. No, you are not. No. 20 years, 24 years, 23 years. No. You are not. No. That is that's going to do some things to your brain. Especially when you mix them with SSRIs. Sorry, he was on SSRIs since he was 20. Xanax came later, so benzos as well. So he's on tranks and serotonin release inhibitors, or reuptake inhibitors, excuse me. And then he's also pounding nicotine and alcohol. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're going to be a chain-smoking drinker, go for it. I was a chain-smoking heavy drinker. Just for fun, really. But I wasn't on antidepressants. It didn't fuck my brain up. It's clearly done a number on Jeremy.
Go to a lower dose, and it gets bad when you step down again, and then you get used to it. So
Yeah, but you can't actually do that, Jeremy. I don't believe that you have done any of the stuff you just said. If you could quit something, you would have quit drinking by now. You wouldn't be smashing zins. I know I'm doing zins right now. You wouldn't be smashing zins into your face if you were good at quitting things. Quitting things requires immense willpower over an extremely long period of time. I know, because quitting cigarettes was really difficult, and I still haven't completely quit nicotine. So I'm not the person really to be standing as a poster boy for what Jeremy isn't, because I'm not that much better, actually. But there we go.
Trying to be like really...
The hat shadow moves and the eye circles stay. Exactly, yeah.
Really careful with it.
It's just embarrassing, the stuff that's been coming out from him. We got another couple of clips here. This has been coming from a channel, not a channel yet, but an X account called Don Flurgandy, who followed me and I refollowed earlier. Yeah, we had this clip, the copening, the best moments from the stream on, what day was it? I can't remember. Fuck it. Whatever day this week. They're all the same.
It's under my eyes. So maybe
here we go.
Yeah, that's why everyone says like that I have huge bags under my eyes.
This son of a bitch, man. That's what everyone says. I tell you what, Jer. If everyone says something about you, it's most likely true.
So maybe I'll order a ring light and I'll try that. Yeah.
You don't have a ring light? What kind of YouTuber are you? I've got a ring light. Moron. It's not going to make a difference. He's clearly got a light on him. He's clearly got at least one light on him. Look, by the way, there's the hat shadow. It's even funny.
Maybe I'll order a ring light and I'll try that. Yeah, it is.
Oh, what's that? Oh no! Jeremy! You fool! You definitely should not have done that. That was a big mistake. A big fucking mistake. Because now you've just given me a gift. You've just given me a nice picture of yourself that I can slap into a tab and full screen for everybody here. Okay. Let's see now. Let's see. We've got the shadow of the hat here. Massively diffused by the fact that he is now looking directly at one of his lights. Okay? So the any shadow from the hat is now here. Well, you can't see the mouse. Fuck. Sorry. There it is. It's now here. So this is basically illuminated the same as the rest of his face. The bags are still there, Jeremy. They are still there, and they are still very, very dark. And the immediate surrounding area of your eyes is red as fuck. Super duper red. It's actually it's maddening, because the reason that this happens, right, it's not because you are not getting enough sleep, Jeremy. It's because you are a chronic drinker, to the point at excessively large amounts of alcohol as well, to the extent, because it has to be. I mean, this guy, you can tell he's getting blackout, rage fit drunk every day. Right? There's getting a little bit drunk at the end of the day, having a good time, you know, having a couple of beers when you finish your work. Yeah, you'll get a bit fat. That's more or less how I got fat. And you know, whatever. It's not great. It's not a great way to live. But then there is, you never actually rest. Okay? Like, when you are drunk, one of the reasons you feel so fucking terrible, beyond just the poison in your blood that's taking, when you have a hangover, your body is dealing with a massive intake of poison all at once. It takes time to process, and then instead of digesting it slowly, it diverts all attention to processing it, causing pain and displeasure and discomfort. That's why we have a hair of the dog. If you have one more drink, it goes to deal with the fresh intake, and that slows the whole process down, making you feel a little better. Not really the wisest thing to do, but people do it. What Jeremy's eyes have is this. This is what happens when it doesn't matter how many hours you sleep, you are poisoned. Okay? And when you sleep while poisoned, you do not get full rest. Your body is not engaging all of its power into resting your mind, your sight, all of this stuff, resulting in these particular bruise marks around your eyes that only happen permanently when you are a chronic alcoholic. The next thing is yellow skin, you know, jaundice. So that's where you're at, Jer. These are not fucking shadows, dumbass. It's bizarre. And I know we all know this, by the way. It's just I've been waiting to really tee off on it for a while. And he's been bringing it up. It's so much fun lately. Watching this dickhead tell us all, every single stream, I'm not doing any drama today, guys. I'm not doing any drama, blah, blah, blah. because I don't like X, or I quit X. Oh my god, yeah, that's hilarious, isn't it? And then he sits and spurgs. He goes, "Oh, the people on the internet are saying he's got a burner account. He's got a burner account." Like we are like throwing parades for the revelation that we've discovered one of his burner accounts. We all knew you had burner accounts, Jer. We all knew that. Yes, you did tell us. Doesn't make it any less fun when someone who is supposed to be rehabbing themselves from social media pops up on one of them. Talk about selectively missing the point, you straw-manning fuck. Anyway, let's keep going.
Maybe I'll order a ring light and I'll try that. Yeah, it is.
It's just not gonna make a fucking difference. Please order the ring light. Please order a fucking floodlight. Order a goddamn spotlight on your face, horizontally, all the time. Don't have it too bright or you'll blind yourself, but you'll still have those circles, buddy. You'll still have them. No doubt about it.
It is the lighting. I mean, I do have like darker circles under my eye.
Okay, now this is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Now he's moved the hat. This is madness. UF Omega's here. He's got 15 months of membership now. Thank you very much. Says, my theory of the bags my theory is the bags are a secondary simpleton. Simpleton? Or do you mean symptom? From his uncontrollable urge for protein. Not any protein, a specific one he produces very slowly. You're talking about jizz, aren't you? I see what you did there. Well, you know, I don't know if it was really Sargon's jizz that he drank, but it was jizz. Anyway, and even if it wasn't, in that clip that I'll never play. Or did I play it? I think yeah, because a lot of you guys didn't know that he drank jizz on a live stream. Yeah, ordered it. Apparently it was Sargon's, but I think that part was probably fake. But evidently he did drink sperm. Yeah, he did. Simpleton. Yeah, I know. Fucking autocorrect, right?
But
Autocorrupt. Oh, God, look at him. Look at this guy. He's just like, hello, darkness, my old friend. He's like, are you realizing now, Jet? Is it dawning on you that these are not part of the lighting? No, you just look like that.
it is the lighting. I mean, I do have like darker circles under my eyes, but
no, mate, you have panda eyes. You have like off-puttingly nasty looking dark circles around your eyes. You have like really quite bad dark circles, like not quite bad, really bad circles under your eyes. You do.
I mean, it's definitely the lighting. Like if I turn the
No, you are gaslighting yourself, you retard. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god. Boy, this is cathartic. I've been watching everything this week, waiting for my chance to tee off on this bullshit. And now it's finally here. It feels fantastic.
It's definitely the lighting. Like if I turn to the side, it's...
So this show is just you sitting and obsessing over Jeremy? Jeremy sucks. Do you do anything else, or is this it? This is it today, my friend. Thanks for coming. See ya.
Not like crazy. Those look like sleep apnea eyes. No, they're not.
If you want to see what else I do, go check out the rest of the channel.
I don't have sleep apnea. I know I'm fat, but I don't have sleep apnea. It's literally just from the lighting. Like...
Oh, mate. Obsessing. Fuck's sake. It's hilarious. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's the most entertainment I've had in, like, all year, really. Outside of Crimson Desert.
If I go back here...
Still there, mate.
You know, it's good. I get good sleep, too. So, this, my friends, is perhaps the worst yet. The worst yet.
Question for you, Will. Do I think Mayr will ever be on FNT again? No. No. Not unless she... I mean, would anyone accept it now if she apologized? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think at this point, we're at a weird time where, after years of, you know, rebelling against shitty content, woke crap, you know, insane feminist rubbish in video games, we've pretty much been undefeated for years at this point. Gamergate 2, total washout. They hadn't got a fucking leg to stand on, you know? But then, you know, we got to the point where we really didn't have much, not as much anyway, to complain about. Or rather, we kind of pivoted to more industry practices, which is great. That's great. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should have always had to be doing, without all the wokeness and crap making it even worse. But it has taken a weird toll on certain people. It's made Jeremy go insane. And it's accidentally exposed the people who never really cared to begin with. So, for example, this guy, who clearly didn't fucking care about, like, Marvel or maybe even Star Wars that much, you know? That much of it, at least, was always a grift, I think. And without a lot of that really to tee off on, or rather, without anything really fucking diabolical happening right now, he pivoted into politics to try and increase his prestige, and he's hopeless at that. And the result is, the rest of us who are either whatever you want to call anti-woke, or right-wing, or libertarian, or whatever combo of these has brought you here. At the moment, this is the biggest problem we have. This guy. This is. I don't want to hear this is drama or you're obsessing. No, this guy is the biggest fucking problem we have. He is. He just is. He's embarrassment. He's an embarrassment to the entire fucking movement. The fact that he succeeded, like, at all is fucking embarrassing. But the fact that there are still people who don't understand why this matters and why this is more than just some fucking internet drama, I actually pity them, because they don't understand what all of this has been about in the first place. This motherfucker is a bigger threat to free speech right now than Disney. And so, yeah, we'll continue to rip him to shreds until he fucking vanishes or apologizes.
And I'm working harder at just getting to the topic right away, so I hear you guys' feedback. My only request is, in return, you smash that like button on the video. Leave it.
What the fuck? This is all the dislikes. Oh my god, yeah, I remember when that first happened, when it got like over 1,000 dislikes to like 600 likes. It was fucking hilarious. It was like 12 or 1,300 dislikes, actually. Anyway,
nice, happy, positive comment on it.
Censored. So, low scored comment. This is brilliant. When the dents, because there is no better word for it than that, go in and decide they're gonna leave all these positive comments, and they just get massively downvoted. It's hilarious. Is Hannah still on vacay? Yeah, permanent vacay.
Could definitely use a boost this week. So
could definitely use a boost this week. Yeah.
He used his government paid, his government issued tablet to do so.
No! Brain.exe not found.
This shared by Chrissie Rufo. Let me bring up the article here.
Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. He's done it again. Mate, you need to switch to StreamYard. Streamlabs is too complicated for you. OBS is too complicated for you, mate. You can't even have the fucking window ready before you go live.
Real quick. I don't really understand. Can you even believe all those are?
What?
I don't really understand.
Don't understand what?
Can you even believe all those are real words?
What? Under Governor Gavin Newsom, California has sought to transform its massive prison system into a Nordic-style rehabilitation program. Newsom has placed a moratorium on all executions, transferred condemned prisoners to facilities across the state, dismantled San Quentin State Prison's death row, and turned the notorious prison into a therapeutic center. Okay, well, this sounds gay, but as part of this news, I'm not seeing any words here that I don't know. I'm not seeing any words here that you shouldn't know, Jer.
Like, what? I'm confused.
What is confusing? What?
I don't really understand. Can you even believe all those are real words?
Oh, fucking hell, buddy. Oh my god, this guy.
This is the end. Yeah.
Like, what? I'm confused. I can't believe the amount of people seething on X. I don't know.
He's mush-mouthed as fuck. He's done. Look, even if he didn't do all this flagging stuff, he was already on a decline. His content hasn't been good for years. It was never great, but it's not been good for years, actually. And without an election to lean on, or it coincides with finally all of the toxic cocktail of substances that he puts in his fucking brain finally took their toll. Where do I see him a year from now? Rehab, jail, same position, or redemption? Not redemption. Redemption's beyond him, because he'd have to admit that he was wrong. Like, he'd have to actually have to solemnly apologize for everything. I reckon he'll probably either be in rehab, but that will be something forced upon him. Or, I don't know if he'd be in jail. He probably... It's a tough one. He might just be doing the same thing, but worse. Worse, to an increasingly tiny audience. Of course, the thing is, I say that. It's a good question, actually, because I don't know. You I mean, this channel of mine has grown, and then I got to the point where the time I had for it was not enough, and it started to not stagnate, but stay still, and then occasionally leap up and then stop, and then leap up and then stop, and that's fine. But I had to sort of prioritize what I have to prioritize, which is why I've got a job now, why I'm feeding my kids that way, and hey, anything this show makes is lovely too. Thank you so much. It really does help. He can't step away because his ego is attached to this far too much. Like DSP, that's a really, really good comparison. That's one I made myself like a couple of months ago, that he was speed running DSP's entire career in the last 6 months. He's rapidly proceeding through the stages of being a lolcow, which, by the way, are exactly the same as the Kubler-Ross model of stages of grief. He is right now bouncing between denial and anger. And, well, actually, I don't know. This week he may... You did just see that bit a minute ago with the like button, right? That's straight up bargaining. So he seems to be... He's also trying to fuck with his time slot, right? Remember, he's been saying all week, he's been saying, oh, I'm going to switch to, like, 9 a.m. I'm going to switch to... You know, and I've tried that, buddy. I've tried that. I've streamed at 4 a.m. I've streamed at 9 a.m. I've streamed at 6 a.m. I've streamed at 11 p.m. I've streamed all over the fucking day to try not to step on anyone else's toes and keep a nice niche for myself. And ultimately, staying where I originally was the best bet. Because if people want to watch, they'll find a way. If they don't, they won't. Enough said. So the fact that he's now attempting to tweak things, he changed one of his videos, so he sped up the content at the start. It was, oh god, awful. So it wasn't, you know, he was still talking at the same pace, but he like 1.25 speeded it in the edit. So it's like, hey, I'm Jeremy from the Quarter Wing. and all the gaps and mushmouthy shit are still there. It's even harder to understand him. So yeah, he's rapidly. I think he might be entering bargaining now, because he's definitely aware that there's a huge problem. I just don't think he's not in depression yet. Maybe he'll get there quite soon. Right now, he's gone through denial into anger. That was the last month. Now he's he's still bouncing between the three, but he is inching further and further into bargaining at this point. Then you get to like depression. That's when you become RTU or Wings of Redemption. And then finally you get through the tunnel and you become either Boogie or DSP, and that's acceptance. So I'd like to see him in acceptance by this time next year, but I don't really think I don't think he's got it in him to step away and go get a real job. He's done this for 20 years. He's convinced himself that he can survive anything. So I think he'll sell things and downgrade, and his wife might leave him. If he's not providing the lifestyle anymore, then what good is he to her? I genuinely don't know. Maybe unless she really, really does love him, in which case I'd question whether she has Stockholm syndrome. But I think he's just going to bounce between the stages of grief, of losing all of it for about another few months. Yeah. And then maybe he'll get to acceptance, but he'll be a DSP kind of acceptance where he'll just never ever really accept that he can't beat the detractors. You know, like DSP still believes that he can win against his detractors when he doesn't realize that that's 90% of his audience. And the other 10% are a rotation of people who come in, stay for a little while, and then get bored and leave. Eventually, if you watch Jeremy Hambly for long enough, you become a detractor. In other words, yes, quite right, John Smith, he's fucked. He is fucked. The problem Jeremy faces right now is, well, it's not one problem, is it? It's a billion problems. No matter what he does, he's checkmated. He can't move. He is checkmated. He can't apologize because it's too little too late. He can't change his content because we'll know and we'll win. You know, anything he does, any change he makes or doesn't make, either way, the detractors win. It's terminal. You know, there is no way out of this at this point. But there we go. Anyway, we'll keep letting him attempt to speak.
I use X to pull up articles, but I don't spend any time on it anymore. It wasn't good for me.
You fucking liar. You were on X yesterday. You were on X like Monday. You were using it for literally your coverage, for your content. I think he's mentally ill. I don't mean mentally ill like anxiety or any of that shit. I think he's fucked his brain. I think his memory's going. I do. I think he's rapidly progressing into like heavy onset, no longer high functioning alcoholism. Because clearly he's been a high functioning alcoholic for a while now. Like a number of years. Maybe all of them that we've known of him. Because it does say in the June the King documentary that he used to get... Oh, excuse me. That he used to get smashed and skip class in uni, and that's why he nearly got kicked out. And ultimately his parents paid for him to get a degree. So, at this stage, he's been a high-functioning alcoholic for a while. But I think just the right sort of... Are we boring you? Jeez, no. Just a very long day, mate. Very long day. Did a full day of work today. Then streamed. And 2 babies as well, you know. Yeah, no, he's more or less got to the point where his brain isn't functioning properly at all anymore. I think ideas are just falling out of his head. He kind of reminds me of Joe Biden. Joe Biden 7 or 8 years ago. You know? It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
It made me act irrationally and stupidly, and so I left, and I don't miss it.
I use a combination of lies, manipulation, cheating, stealing, gaslighting, bullying, insulting, and flexing.
That was Sam Hyde. But that was absolutely spot on. Let's just go through that again. What we got here? Yes, we are going to EFAP the random clip. Welcome to the show.
Don't miss it.
I use a combination of lies,
yep,
manipulation,
definitely,
cheating,
yep,
stealing
content, absolutely,
gaslighting,
definitely,
bullying,
yep,
insulting, and flexing.
Yep, full-blown ham sandwich behavior right there.
So if you're into like, you know, the gross images,
you're fully convinced he's doing uppers like Adderall combined with Xanax and zero sleep. Yeah, well, I mean, this is the thing. I said it already, but I'll say it again quickly. He's on a combination of benzos and SSRIs, caffeine, energy drinks, alcohol, and nicotine. And he takes excessive amounts of all of them. And no matter what, that is going to take a toll eventually on your brain chemistry. And I think that's where we're at now. And the other thing to remember is, whether we could see it or not, this guy's getting wasted every single night. There's no way around it. Like, based on the behavior that he displayed when we could see what he was doing on X every night, and the history that I happen to have with a lot of musicians that turned into alcoholics. My mother had problems with alcohol as well. You know, I've seen people's lives go to hell because of drink. And it is this process. First, they don't allow these things to interrupt their normal workflow. Then they do. Then they make concession after concession after concession. And always, 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 they look knackered. Because when they do go to sleep, and don't forget, Jeremy drinks more than the average high-level drinker, right? He's getting actually blackout, rage-fit drunk on a daily basis. So even when he does sleep, even if he sleeps 10 hours, he gets no fucking rest. None. That's why he's got the circles.
Or whatever the case may be, there's nothing stopping you from... By the way, huge shout out...
Oh, no.
To the Kids Guide. I don't know if you've gotten this yet. There's a free guide called The Kids Guide to America's 250th Birthday. It's honestly a great way to introduce...
Just reads the whole thing. Doesn't know anything about it. He's done no research.
Kids... Yeah, boom!
Yeah, you really like it when it's someone else, don't you?
Boom!
He's such a dick. He's such a piece of shit.
Keep getting told that VR is going to be the nextest, bestest thing. And, like...
Nextest, bestest. Yeah, fine, I guess.
Basically, people only use it for porn? Oh, yeah.
That's not true. People use it to cut corners in their work, too. Or do things that they literally can't do. Of course, we also do use it for porn. Or softcore stuff, anyway, you know. Like this.
Hit the limit. What, do you hate boobs or something?
Oh yeah, slaving away over a hot cleavage.
I mean, let's see.
Dead Air J, yeah.
Let's see here. By the way,
I think the unedited one would probably be better for this.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3. That was sped up. 4, 5.
Let's see here.
6. That must have been like 12 seconds.
By the way, I am testing out the...
Like everybody says, right? I've said it about a billion times in this show. The point is to use it to get to the next thing you're trying to say. You know, just literally, well, and move on to the next thing you got to think. He just goes, and it's that tone too. You know, the tone's different when someone's trying to articulate themselves and they're just going, yeah, blah, 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 blah. He's like, There's something in the guttural sound of that's just the wheel turning, like we saw in the clip.
9 a.m. So if you're around in the mornings, it's totally different topics, totally different vibe.
Oh, this is the other thing too, right? I heard about this. He's now got to stream like 3 times a day for Rumble. This is new. So what's clearly happened is he's gone from YouTube almost completely now because he can't get a break. The algorithm has completely turned on him. If you even search for the word quartering, what do we get? Let's see. Quartering showed who he really is. Narcissist. Second result is his channel. Oh, that's new. Checking out June's quartering documentary. There's me. There we go. Nice thumbnail. Right, a clip of them with Kino, past, present, and future. Interesting. Feeding frenzy, awful. It's the bull apocalypse. Another fucking picture of him and a bull. There's the fucking Oranges video. There's Melonie Mac being... Is that Melonie Mac? That's Melonie Mac, right? Yeah. Confession time. Then the actual documentary. And Jazz Mods Lament. Songs in the key of... Wait, what? This is new. We gotta check this out. Anything by songs in the key of CWC, you know it's going to be fucking good. We got to check this out right now. Yes, this show is completely disorganized. I do apologize, but there's too much. Any attempt by me to try and file away and catalog this, it would have been fucking impossible. So we're just going flying by the seat of our pants today, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Toasty. How you doing?
Hi, guys. Hi, Will.
Hello, dear. What's going on?
Nothing. Just decided to drop by.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
thanks. Always easier when there's someone to talk to.
I think so. I think I'm not very good when I'm doing a full stream.
It does take it out of you, like, twice the rate when there's no one to bounce off, you know? But you get used to it, I think. All right, so this is a lament for Jeremy's mods. This guy does the intros for Kino. He's done the other songs as well, like Drift Chop.
I once was just a fan. That's how it all began. A quarter in my show for all I need to know. But now some years have passed. Guess life comes at you fast. I'm now his rumble mod, and oh my flipping God. Each orange and each weekend, my view on life has bleakened. I don't trust boomers anymore. A sense of doom has set up store. Each band I give off block now. I've grown numb to the shock now. Oh, why'd I choose to be a moderator for Jeremy?
Is this actually getting worse?
Each orange and each weekend, my view on life has bleakened. The show's become a feast of fail. I just can't tell a log from well. I'm silencing them all now. Guess quartering's a locale. Oh, why'd I choose to be a moderator for Jeremy?
Damn it, I don't have a lighter.
drowning in oranges.
Here he is. Absolute cinema. Anyway, there we go. So that's that. That's what that was. So yeah, I've just been catching up with all this stuff, and there's just mountains of it. So rather than trying to go through in any kind of chronological order, most people have probably seen everybody else's coverage this week. I'm just weighing in because I've been doing it for a while, and I like to think I'm one of the angrier people. I think I'd like to think I'm one of the angrier people about Jared, because I subbed to him a while ago, like early days, like 2018, and then I forgot I was subscribed to him for years. Discovered what he became, and now like it's like, I guess because I've been around in this scene for a long time, I would like to think it also makes me feel like it reflects badly on me and my judgment. So maybe there's that, but then I guess no one could have expected it would go this way, like this fast, you know. By the way, yeah, shout out to UF Omega. Good point. There is a link in the chat for that video from Songs in the Key of CWC. Go and support it. Hit the like button. Come back, or just wait until you're done here. But do support it. The guy does great work. You can also see his other videos at the start of every episode of Kino Casino if you are so inclined.
Did he do their intro too? Because I don't really watch Kino Casino like the full thing, because you know I'm busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
Did he do the intro?
Everything, basically all of the intro songs, as far as I'm aware, apart from the one about Feezer that's done to the SpongeBob movie song, Mr. Sun came up and he smelled, you know that one. That's somebody else, I think. And then there's the remix of Happy Days with Break Stuff, Limp Bizkit, that always plays right before the show starts. Those two, I think, are old school. Everything else is CWC, yeah. Well, not CWC, because CWC is Chris Chan. That's what it stands for. But yeah, that's where that came from, by the way. Songs in the Key of CWC. CWC is the initials of Chris Chan, the original name of Kiwi Farms. See, I've been around a while. Before Will of the Fans, I was somebody else. In somebody's chat. Anyway, yeah, so just watching him have these breakdowns here. But there's more to it than that as well. Now, since you are here, we need to kind of follow up on last week, don't we? Because we did... I've already given a sincere apology to the viewers, but since we have 5 times as many people watching now, I'll do it one more time. To those who were here last week and were probably quite frustrated watching me and my cohorts saying wait and see about Chrissie Mayr, well, as it was a week ago, I was acting under less information than we have now. And with the benefit of the additional information, it turns out that, as I suspected, you were right. So if I annoyed or offended anybody with my hesitance to play the blame game, I sincerely apologize. And that, Chrissie Mayr, is how it's fucking done. That's how you fucking apologize.
The whole thing is just messy overall, Will, because I feel now they're just going after, everyone is going after each other. I've seen some stuff on my timeline where like they're like, they have DMs and stuff like that, and it's becoming super, it's messy.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate it if we could all just sort of forget about Mayr and Mac not forget, that's the wrong word. What I mean is allow them to fade into their relative B parts, B player positions in this, and remember that this is about freedom of speech. This is about crushing the person who tried to crush freedom of speech,
Yeah. I will say though, like the person that I really truly dislike the most will have to be Jeremy and Melonie. I really do not like those two at all. Like they're just like And I've noticed where her, like, she'll put out the little Bible verse shorts and stuff, and then she have the corny little music in the background. But if you guys notice, it feels like she's just posing with the Bible. I'm not a religious person, and even as a Christian person, I feel kind of offended that she's using the Bible as a way to use as a prop. Like, she would just prop herself and kind of look at herself in the camera and try to look cute with the Bible. I feel
That's
like
why
if you're
she's
truly
posed how
sincere,
she is in the thumbnail. In the thumbnail of this very stream. Literally, because I just wanted her to be positioned as slutty as you can make someone who is holding a Bible. Because that's more or less what she does. That's the whole grift. I'll bring it up. Look. There you go. Oh, we're in the way. Hold on.
with the Bible right in front of her and between her legs. I just seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's basically what she's doing. I'm not going to go all the way in and say she's a fucking dirty, filthy whore and all that stuff, but because it's not quite to that level. But she is 100% hypocritically using what beauty or approximation of beauty she's able to conjure up in order to promote videos that most people otherwise would have very little interest in. She even admitted that she lost a couple of thousand subs the second she announced that she was engaged. So it's like, well, then that's the audience you have courted. And if that's the audience that you've courted, then that's the audience you have. That's the audience you stand to lose when you change the terms of the deal. And apparently the deal that they were entered into with Melonie Mac was gooning. And and no one's really interested in hearing a chipmunk-voiced idiot read the Bible.
Dude, I mean, like, most of her audience are men. Let's be real, are men. And they are men that loves beautiful, feminine, sexy women. And I feel like as soon as she started complaining about sexy women in video games, it's like, you literally called, like, a large part of your audience losers.
Yeah, she did. She called them degenerates.
Sexy women. And, I'm not a religious person myself, but I don't grift as a religious person because I'm not one. At least I admit that I shake my tits on stream for one. I try to be real as possible.
No one can say that you are not self-aware. And at least that, that's something you can say. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Shake your tits all you want. I enjoy it. I'm not going to pretend to be anything other than what I am, which is a male. And there you go. We like it when women shake their tits. There you go. We don't like it when women who clearly use sex appeal to get ahead then turn around and try to blame you for it. Not you as Toasty. I mean, you, the audience, who have become... Everything's a social contract of sorts, right? People watch me, they expect a certain type of thing. A few have complained because I've been doing the Jeremy thing so much, but let's be honest, it's the biggest story in the space right now. This, like I said, this guy's more of a threat to freedom of speech right now than the fucking left. Right now, and I hope it goes away soon, because I would like to get talking about other things eventually. I am, of course, disgusted and appalled by the Odyssey trailer, just like everybody else. And I'm laughing at what happened with that game Saros, that was supposed to be huge and then flopped. I'm also disgusted to hear that Anita Sarkeesian was associated with Expedition 33, a game I touted massively. So there are my 10-second takes on all of them. But right now, this motherfucker needs to be brought down a peg or 20. And so does this motherfucker.
Yep.
I mean, look, if someone sends that picture, right, to me, or if someone sent that picture to me, I'd be like, are you trying to hit on me or something? Are you flirting? Like, you want some attention, clearly. Are you, like, and not just any type of attention. You want a particular type of attention from me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. If that wasn't Melonie Mac, or it was just some chick I was chatting to back in the day, and I got this picture, I'd be like, you're horny. or you want me to be. Or you want me to be horny, you know? Like, that would be basically what it is. This is what Snapchat was invented for, you know? You're trying to, like, downward angle, the small, like, tiny little top, you know, tight, low cut, you know, you're trying to say something
That's the
here.
thing I wear. I literally, that's all I ever wear is like tank tops and stuff like that. And
Right. Exactly. Fair enough.
yeah, but when you take a picture like that, it means you want attention, which is fine. Women love attention. I just don't like the women that, you know, that they're just like, oh, I'm doing it for me. You're taking a picture of yourself in a sexy
That's
pose.
horseshit.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
horseshit.
horseshit.
Even I do it. I literally do. The first thing I type in when I wake up is good morning and a picture of myself because, well, that attracts people. And I'm being real, you know. It's
Look,
nice
you're not,
to get.
you're not lying to anyone. You know, you're going, hey, look at my body. I look nice. Tell me I
Damn
look
right.
nice. Or something like that. You know?
Show it all. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, and you worked your ass off to look like you do now. So, of course you should enjoy it. I mean, I don't care. If I don't give a fuck personally, I've told you, I'm no devout. I'm no saint. I've done my share of shagging. More than my share, actually. But, you know, yeah, I was quite a little fucking degenerate at one point. But, you know, I'm not going to judge anybody unless they're one thing pretending to be something they're not or trying to sell you a lie. Then I'll judge the fuck out of them. Absolutely. But again, if you go on Rumble and like throw on a bikini top and shake them for the lads, then go for it. Have fun. More power to you. You know what you're doing. You know what you are. You're not going to turn around and say, shame on you for looking at images of women in tiny outfits shaking their bodies for you. You're not going to do that because that would be massively, grossly hypocritical. This is why we all get on Hollywood actresses as well. Like Scarlett Johansson, for example, who got to like, what, 45 years old or something?
How dare you look at me in such a sexual way like a meat bitch? Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. It's like, who was the other one recently? I can't think came out and said something. It was like, oh, I was objectified for 20 years. It's like, yeah. Oh, it's Hef's fucking girlfriend, Holly Madison. Is that it? Holly Madison? One of the girls who used to be on that fucking Playboy Mansion TV show. When he had like the 3 girlfriends, you know?
The blonde.
And the main one was Holly. And she's come out and said like, oh, we used to have to, you know, lie in the bed and make sex noises, even if he wasn't fucking us, you know? Like if he's banging someone else, they had to be in the room and be there in the background moaning and simulating stuff. Like it was an orgy, even though it wasn't, or something. To be honest, that sounds pathetic to me, but if that's what he wanted, and Kendra was in there too, yeah. And they all fucking agreed to it. Like he had girlfriends sign contracts. You know? You wanted it. You went and wanted to be in the Playboy Mansion. You wanted to be Hef's fucking girlfriend.
The money, the big parties, the jewelry, the Playboy bags, the shopping and all that.
The exposure, the riches. Yeah, of course, exactly. She stood to gain massively from it and did. And now that he's been dead for like half a fucking decade or whatever, now she turns around, she's like, it was horrible, you know, we had to do these terrible, degrading things. Bitch, you signed up for it. You weren't trafficked. You opted in. With no sympathy. Yeah. Fuck them.
My issue is not like the changing them, because as we get older, our minds kind of like, we mature, we change our minds about things, but to go on TV and make it seem like
glamorous.
You're a victim. It's okay that you grow older and you're like, man, I should have not done that. But like,
I really wish I hadn't done that.
You know?
Yeah, she's got older and she's embarrassed. So now she's trying to reframe it as a victim scenario so that she seems like the innocent party in it. But the reality is she would not have been legally able or advisable to sign a contract without understanding what actually was entailed. You know, what the behavior was expected of her, which behavior was expected of her in that contract, which means, you know, running around naked, making sex noises while Hef's having sex with someone else. Somehow. You know, or even, I don't know what the fuck, I don't want to even imagine what that scene was like. That sounds hell on earth, but...
I mean, but what to expect? You literally get paid money to look beautiful and to look sexy and show your tits.
Exactly. I mean, they had to have sex with Hef. That can't have been the best part of it, you know? I would have imagined that just being in the room and having to moan and make sex noises with each other would probably be preferable to actually having sex with a guy that old.
Right?
Who's also had, especially a guy that old who's had sex with just about everyone. You know?
But if I just gotta sit here and just moan for you and get paid for that, I'll fucking do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it. I don't.
She was describing it, and I was reading it, and I was like laughing. I was just laughing. I was like, you dumb bitch. What did you think it was gonna be? You were Hugh Hefner's girlfriend. You were one of Hugh Hefner's contracted simultaneous girlfriends. Of course it was going to be like that. And you signed it. You opted in. You got paid, no doubt, to be on TV and do stuff like that. You got yours. Shut the fuck up. Just because now you're old and you feel shameful about it. Tough titties. You got what you got. You've done what you've done. You can't turn back the clock. And if you try to portray it now as some... like, oh, I'm like this Ukrainian woman who was trafficked to Hugh Hefner. Fuck off, you know? It's not like that. You opted in, you silly bitch. And if, you know, I mean, I doubt that you would opt into something like that. But if you did, I would be like, you sure about this? And you'd be like, yep. I'd be like, all right, well, if you feel differently in 20 years, don't blame me, you know? If any woman I know was like considering something like that, I'd be like, you sure? You sure? Oh yeah, I definitely want to do it. All right. Then that is your soul to sign away, you know? And that's it. And this especially, it does apply to Melonie Mac as well, because of course she was eye candy for the left. Well, not for the left, but for the mainstream gaming industry. She worked for Jeff Keighley. You know, she was there to look pretty, be dumb, and talk about video games. And then she clearly was more conservative than a raging leftist. So she got ostracized, found her way here, and got set up again. Thanks, in some parts of the quartering. And then did Melonie Mac go boom, and, you know, it is what it is. But then she started doing the devout bit. You know, like, okay, I don't care if you found God, all right? Just put the fucking video game takes in the bag. All right? I'm not interested in and especially I'm not interested in the latest versions of this as well, which have been developing, where we've all seen what she's sort of transformed into lately. And I'm wondering how much of this is the fucking husband's influence. Because now she's like... well, she's completely off the fucking chain. She's like literally like now making these kinds of videos. Her hair's bright red, which is, I don't mind that. I actually like that kind of hair. I used to anyway before it became shorthand for I'm a leftist. But the only thing missing from this is a nose ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. She's one piercing away from full left hard, you know, in appearance. So how you can sit there and look at this fucking tie-dye bright blue pink Sailor Moon top.
That looks like a little short top. That's a very tiny top. That is a very short top.
I sort of wonder if she buys her clothes from like the kids section. You know? She's 39, by the way. You're 39, dear. Don't you think it's time to grow up? You know?
I know I sound like a hypocrite because I'm wearing, I swear to God, I don't wear shirts like this, but I have this shirt because my son, who's autistic, likes Mickey Mouse. So
yeah, that's a bit different.
You know,
it's a bit
but
different.
it's an adult shirt. It's like it covers like all this right here. So,
yeah, right.
But
this is a strap top. This is a look. 40% of my upper body is on display. You know. And then she's gonna sit.
And I think it's showing her belly too, Will, because that looks like a short top. Like it looks like the top. See?
Yeah.
You see that? It's short. It's a little girl's top.
That is a really short top. Yeah.
Of the day come from Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verses 9 through 11 in the TLV translation.
9/11.
A lover of money never has enough money.
Oh my god. Do you know who your fucking boss is, lady? Okay.
And a lover of wealth is never satisfied.
Are you doing this on purpose? This has got to be trolling, right?
Right? Is she trolling us?
It's got to be. Hang on a second. I just realized that, sorry, a while ago, I totally fucking forgot to read out this super chat from Sardoc for £2. Thank you very much, buddy. Coming to us from London, where they're at the UTK protest at the moment. UTK, excuse me. Keir Starmer's a wanker. He certainly is. He certainly... And we'll get to more on that in a second, but first, let's see what else she says.
Income. This too is futile. When goods increase, so do those who consume them. So what advantage are they to the owner?
She reads like she's in school. You know what I mean? She reads like, you know, this is the dog. His name is Spike. You know?
And pauses in between the words.
Yeah. Little glottal stops in between the words, like she's, you know.
Well, I think I've told you this, but I was on Iron, and I'm gonna say it again. I was on Iron Oxide on stream. I was on his panel. Shout out to him.
Okay.
We do it on Saturdays. But I was told by someone on the panel that they know a person who knows her family, and they've said that they told them that she is special needs.
Yeah.
I've been told.
Remotely surprised at this point. I mean, I find it a little hard to believe that she's a normal person. Let's just put it that way.
Except he sees it with his eyes. The sleep of the laborer is sweet, whether...
She is reading it like... What's with the performative piano in the background? I hate when people abuse the piano.
That's what I was mentioning with the music
myself. Yeah. It makes me infuriated. As a person who studied and did all of the grades in piano, it frustrates me no end when people just use it performatively, like to try and evoke something like in some shallow way.
He eats little or much, but the excess of the rich permits him no sleep. And there you have it.
Well, thank you for 30 seconds of worthless, meaningless, hypocritical Bible reading while you're dressed in trans colors with your bright pink hair in your child's Sailor Moon top. I don't understand what kind of man would marry this. Well, to be fair, we don't really know much about the guy. She looked way better like this. Like just a normal chick, you know? Like she's
it seems like she's looking
rails.
more and more like... It seems like she's trying to look more like... What's the word? Like, look like a young girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Every time she gets older, as if like she's fighting off the fact that she knows she's aging.
Like
you know?
a kid.
I don't know.
She is like... I don't know what's happening to her. She's twisting into a sort of a regression phase where she's acting like and looking like a child as opposed to a teenage emo girl or a 20-something emo girl. Now she's like dressing like a little kid. I want to have pink hair and I want to have a Sailor Moon top and you know, it's weird. It's weird. Not so much 19 and more 9. But there you go. Anyway, speaking of Keir Starmer being a wanker, this is one that came across my plate thanks to Rhoda. If you're not aware, Keir Starmer, PM of the United Kingdom for our sins, he did this. Well, he did this. Let's get the clip ready. Okay, 1 second. Sorry about this. And this guy's talking about it. This is his video. This channel's called Preston Journalist. 67,000 subs. Hey, not bad, buddy. Here we go.
Mr. Speaker, I am a gooner, and so, as usual, she is less than half right.
Yes, that's right. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland just referred to himself as a gooner.
I'm a gooner.
Now, of course, there is some added context to this, which is that if you are familiar, which you won't be, of London football teams, one of the most successful football teams in the country is a team called Arsenal, and they also are known as Gunners, the Gunners, and their fans also refer to themselves as Gunners as well, and people who don't like the team refer to the team and their fans as Gooners, and this has been the case for decades. So it predates the internet speak, but
That's hilarious.
Things have changed now. So he's trying to be a self-deprecating Arsenal fan here by calling himself a gooner, and doesn't quite realise that he's just made an absolute fucking muppet of himself in terms of the internet forever, especially because he doesn't seem to understand that gooner also means chronic masturbator, and it also plays into the fact that everyone is always calling Keir Starmer a
sexy.
So that's just delightful. So that was really good. I said years. I've been waiting years for some dickhead Arsenal fan to not know what gooner means online. Funny. I never thought it'd be you. Two McFlys with the same gun. Gotta have the meme. All right. So we got other shit to talk about. One of the things. Did you see Kino today?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
So I think Alyssa Clips has the clip I'm looking for. There's loads, but shit. I think maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Hang on a moment. It would be the segment from the show that was yesterday or last night or this morning for me, where they discussed rather the fact that they through a legal channel were able to get an update, or rather a conclusion to the situation regarding their channel being taken down. And I'm trying to find the fucking segment, but I am not having much luck. So just give me a second. I don't know where the fuck it's gone. But basically what happened, while I'm looking for the clip, I'll explain. So if I have to, I'll go to Kick and just get it straight from the fucking source. But I thought someone had clipped it already. But anyway, it turns out that, as we know, the Kino Casino Clips channel disappeared on the 10th of April, depending on what time zone you're in. I think it might have been the 11th of April in some of our places. And obviously all hell's been breaking loose since then. But the biggest sort of question of all of it has been, what exactly did the Quarter Ring do, right? Did he flag, or did he, as he claimed, Legal Mindset? Legal Mindset covered it? Really? Okay. That's interesting.
I have a question, Will. Do you think he's able to take those channels down by himself, or do you think he has like a whisper network, kind of like the left does, where they mass report?
Well, this is exactly what we're going to answer. Actually, I found Duty Streams has done a clip of it. Now, I don't want to go into it too much because it's 15 minutes long, but we'll probably go through it. But before they explain it, I'll explain it as quickly as I can. Effectively, when the channel was taken down, that is not their channel. That is the channel that is owned by Flaked, the editor of Kino Casino and a distant relative or whatever of Warski. Now, he lives in Ireland, right? Which technically is not part of the UK. It is still part of the EU because they are not part of the United Kingdom. So Brexit never applied to the Republic of Ireland, right? It applies to Northern Ireland, but not the Republic of Ireland. So even though they share an island, just to make it even more confusing. Anyway, that's not really the point. The point is he lives in Ireland and YouTube just happens to have their EU base in Ireland, in Dublin. So it turns out that in order for YouTube to be able to get whatever preferential benefits there are of being in Ireland and being there for the EU, they also have to show preferential treatment to Irish YouTubers. Somehow that was part of the deal. They have to provide at least expedited case resolutions. Okay? So this all sounds really strange and nebulous, but effectively what it means is that Flaked was able to use this to go to a legal service and have them act on his behalf and pressure YouTube to provide a resolution to the case of the taken down channel of Kino Casino clips, right? What they discovered was that the channel and the Warski channel were in this limbo state where they were never going to ever be actually addressed or resolved. And that was because of a woman who we now know to be Quartering's rep. Now, we don't know who the woman is. We don't know name or anything like that. So that's probably for the best, to be honest, because something tells me this woman would be on the run pretty soon if YouTubers found out who she is. So let the system do its function in that case. But it does seem that Hambly had a contact. It was a woman, and he used the contact to take the channels down. One of the reasons we know this is because when YouTube then was pressured to resolve the issue, they did within 14 hours, resulting in both these channels being basically the case is closed. Okay, no action will be taken. So on the downside, they're never getting the channels back. We know that now. These channels are gone and they're gone forever. Okay? On the plus side, now they are no longer embroiled in an active case. They can use the pilot program to apply for a new channel, which they'll almost certainly get because they weren't actually in violation of any TOS.
So that's the good part. Losing the old one still sucks, but with the amount of support, I'm sure they'll gather.
They'll be fine. There's archives of everything they ever uploaded. There are archives of the entirety of that podcast that Hambly took down. The Tism show that he did with, what's Bearing and Dankula. Remember he did that? Was that, I think that happened during the week. I can't actually remember. The week is so long when you're following Jeremy Hambly's fucking exploits. But yeah, he took down that entire podcast. No, it was Sunday, I think, wasn't it? It was last weekend. We did talk about it. Me and John and Roy, anyway. So Kiwi Farms archives everything. There's always someone archiving. So they'll get that show back. And pretty much the entire library of Kino Casino has been archived by Kino Casino and by Flaked and by Kiwi Farms. So sooner or later that channel will exist as it did again. It just might take a while. But yeah, so bad news. Case is resolved. You're not getting your channel back. But although that really was only as a result of them using the lawyer to expedite the process, meaning YouTube shit themselves, realized they were in an actionable position, so they just closed the case so that there would be at least a resolution. But then, like I said, that frees the two guys up, it frees Flaked up, it frees them all up to start a new channel through the pilot program. And yeah, that's great news because they really have no reason to not allow them. Especially since neither of them were banned when Hambly said they were. So it also looks like, I don't know if the lawsuit is actually happening, but someone is trying to grift out a lawsuit, a class action out of this. Maybe it'll work. I don't know if it will. Hope it does. It will shake things up. That'll be fun. But yeah, so let them explain it because it's a lot better than when I explain it.
Explain to you guys what's been going on.
I will speed it up though.
I will say,
resolution
though,
really bittersweet.
that we received today.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, but I will say I will think that if they were to like sue or if a lawsuit happens, isn't that a lot of money? Wouldn't he lose more money than gain money or something like that? I think that's why most people
they drag quartering into a lawsuit or even a lawsuit is active. Okay, well then there you go. If he gets dragged into it, then he'll need to find legal representation, which will cost him 5-6 figures. Probably just 5, but never know. Every lawyer that we know on LawTube, except for Ricata, has no time whatsoever for Hambly. So he won't get any mates rates deal. And Ricata can't practice law. So it doesn't matter because he was kicked out because he's a degenerate who got his kids testing positive for cocaine. And he's a massive shame to the legal system. Andrew from Legal Mindset said not to do a class action, but take him on case by case. That is more sensible, most likely. We'll have a look at that too. But let's just have them explain as much as I can. But yeah, basically what I told you.
Because it's like, I guess partially a win, but we're not getting our channels back, right? Our editors not getting his livelihood. Like, there's no guarantees in any of this shit. I just want to lay that out to people, and I just want to say we don't have stone cold receipts that what I'm about to lay out for you guys is what's going on. But if you have 2 brain cells to rub together and some common sense, this is most likely what went on, okay? So Jeremy has this female YouTube representative that's an employee at Google, okay? This isn't like the normal representative that a lot of people get where it's like some fucking, is he in a call center somewhere?
Non-Pajit, he said, obviously. A Pajit, that's an Indian. It's a derogatory term for an Indian. Hey, John's with us too now. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hola! Oh. I'm just getting the mic set up. There we are. Yeah, I had to do the thing that I have to do these days. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Just got done talking about the exploits of Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian. So
nice.
And all the stupid fuckery that's about at the moment. Yeah.
Well, you can have a side of lolcow to go with your poisonous feminists. Do you know about the story yet? Because I just explained it to Toasty, but effectively, there's a resolution on the case of the 2 flag channels.
All right. No, I had not heard about this development yet. No.
Okay, so thanks to a loophole in Irish law regarding YouTube and their headquarters that's there, the editor who lives in Ireland was able to get a lawyer to push YouTube for a resolution, and it revealed that there's basically just been this fuckery going on with this female employee of Google who is the Hambly rep, and basically put both these channels into limbo. And basically, by forcing a resolution, both the channels are now permanently gone. But that means there's no ongoing case, meaning these guys are free to get a new channel through the pilot program. So it's good news. Overall, it's not a total win, but it's better news than not knowing what the fuck is going on. And also, it also shines a massive light on how this took place. So we're just watching their explanation of it, and then we're going to take a look at the legal mindset, because apparently the class action or something is apparently going ahead. So.
And I was going to say, this coming to light strengthens the suspicions that I had last year back when Toasty got demonetized because someone happens to have an actual legitimate rep in the exploitation ghetto structure. And yes.
Yeah, it's going to make, if this goes big enough, it's going to make YouTube look unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
When it becomes completely evident, like when all the evidence is there and it is 100% confirmed that yes, indeed, YouTube is completely set up on a cronyism kind of level.
Yep. Exactly. So let's take a look. You just listen to it, because I listened to this earlier on while I was at the mall, and I was just like, picking my jaw up off the floor at first.
Where they don't really have any power.
So
is he?
So we'll go back.
As this female YouTube representative, that's an employee at Google. Okay, this isn't like the normal representative that a lot of people get, where it's like some fucking is he in a call center somewhere where they don't really have any power or authority. This is a high-ranking Google employee. Okay, this Google employee.
Actually, YouTube has offices here.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mean just the Philippines. I mean like near where I used to live. So
right.
So there we go.
Employee oversees our case. Okay, they unilaterally have the power to do whatever they want with our channel. Okay,
both channels.
And they're both channels.
Oh, by the way, the proof that this is the case is because they didn't even ask about the Warski channel, but the Warski channel got done as well.
Right.
Well,
that's why I always go on about terms of service policies and why they make it very clear that they reserve the right to arbitration courts. And so if you get yourself into an arbitration court system, you have no representation for yourself, because it's the court is basically within the domain of the very people that are generally persecuting you. Notice how I said persecuting and not prosecuting, because it's not actually really anything legal. Yeah, but they put it into a completely side lane of what would be normal justice and actual court proceedings, and instead it just becomes this homogenized thing that is controlled by a corporate entity.
Yep. Yes, Jeremy is kind of YouTube's Harvey Weinstein, or at least he thinks he is, yeah. Crossed with, fucking Capone or someone. He's doing a racket, basically.
Because they went to it first, okay? This is the situation we were facing. So we're appealing this situation, and our appeals are just going into the void. We're in limbo.
And by the way,
this is supposed to be
YouTube for a month and a half.
That's why it took 6 weeks, and they still got no reply.
Mm-hmm.
And then
its way through the corporate structure.
Never pussied out when confronted, though. That's true. Yeah. All of this is in Jeremy's head, by the way, not in reality.
When they figured out it was flaked, no response. And by the way, I had a big YouTuber who talks to Team YouTube all the time. Saying this is weird. They always message me back.
This is the thing. We had multiple people behind the scenes, big YouTubers. People that don't want to be named. People with hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers.
Yeah, almost certainly Gary and Drinko, but go on.
We're intervening on our behalf behind the scenes, going to their representatives, trying to get this overturned. And they're all like, this is really strange. I'm not hearing anything back on this. Normally,
usually they message me back immediately.
Normally they message me back. What was going on here? And this is speculation on our part, okay? But this
99% accurate speculation, in my opinion.
This is what's happening. Quartering's YouTube representative never.
Oh, I just say real quick to Future Boy, because I see you keep asking. Just go look for The Weekend Culture. It's on Honey Badger Arcade's channel, and we do that. So yeah, you can look for that after we get done here. But that is where I was doing the thing.
Got it. Here we go.
Never wanted to give a definitive resolution to this case, because if it was definitive that we were banned or not banned, we could then actually go through the appeals process.
Say it again.
Oh, there's the Rumble link for the Honey Badger.
Oh, right, cool.
Or the pilot program for getting a
Right, so
to this case.
If they got their channels kicked out, they would be able to reapply with the pilot program. But nothing was happening with the channels. They were like memory hold. They were limboed.
Because if it was definitive that we were banned or not,
which makes it sound like ultra sketchy. I mean, not just the system's corrupt. Someone is circumventing the system deliberately to target these guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only upside in it is that they did such a elaborate job to try to undermine them. They effectively, by memory holding it never existed. So there's no, you can't say that you're banned. So they kind of own themselves in the process.
They were never banned in the first place, which is not good.
Right.
What I'd say is they did such a thorough job of wiping these channels thinking no one would notice. But it is the very thoroughness of the job that made us all notice.
Mm-hmm.
If they had taken one down and then a few days later another one went down, it might have been a lot easier to blend it in to the great big fucking cull that's going on at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But instead, 2 channels went down within 5 minutes without a single strike.
Right.
That doesn't happen. That's
a bit too surgical and organized.
No explanation, no strikes.
Exactly.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? SEAL Team 6 can't do as good a job as that.
Yeah, which, again, like I said last year, the day of the deplatforming / demonetization, how many people got all hit within, a 24-hour period? It was Toasty, obviously, Ryan Roger FA. Days later it'd be Atreus. Like there was that crazy fucking week where
it's kind of like someone used someone on YouTube and was like, "Hey, get rid of these people," or like make sure
it's a direct parallel now happening to larger content creators. I kind of vaguely recall a couple people saying this was going to happen.
Yeah,
what happened to the guy?
Yeah, I mean the thing is that when this eventually does die down a bit, because it eventually will, and the ham will be just left in fucking lolcow purgatory for the rest of his miserable career, unless he wisens up and goes and gets a real job, which he won't because his ego could straddle the universe. But when this all eventually does reach a level again, we'll all have benefited from having the knowledge of this very bizarre story on YouTube. As a net result, trust in YouTube is in the toilet right now. And it was never particularly high to begin with, but it is so much worse now. And especially after this, if this is even remotely true, which it really, really sounds like it is, then YouTube is beyond corrupt and so easily corruptible as to be worthless as a platform to stake your fucking livelihood on.
Yeah. No, there's a reason why I always, more often than not, refer to it as the exploitation ghetto. Because that's specifically
they've all got their upsides and their downsides.
Right.
But YouTube at least was the beneficiary of public opinion of it being the only viable one, or at least the most
and
viable.
It's been
one.
around it's one of the longest.
20 years.
Yeah.
It's
And so
21 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. And I understand that most people started out on YouTube and they have the most they have most of their subscribers and followers there. I totally get it. And I know
Exactly.
you have something like Rumble that is pretty still new and they're still working on making it better and adding new things to it. For me, because I keep getting fucked over by YouTube, I would rather stream somewhere that I won't get mass reported and my shit taken down. Because I'm actually.
I mean, some of the stuff you do is risque for YouTube.
Oh, most definitely. Just this last Thursday, we committed to a monetize, an engagement grifting of sorts, by way of doing a live reaction to Toasty's, I guess, Troon adventures for the day.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to make them extra angry tonight, and instead of doing the Fallout, I'm just going to make them angrier and monetize on that.
And then just grift the content. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so there you go. So let's get into just how bad this is, because I haven't explained it, deliberately haven't explained it that thoroughly. So
Dan, we could then actually go through the appeals process or the pilot program for getting reinstated.
A new channel.
Yeah, Side Scrollers is covering this as well.
There's a pilot program to get reinstated on YouTube, and it might take a month. It might take 6 months.
Actually, Craig covered this before Casino went live. So he kind of censored himself a bit because he didn't know what they were going to reveal. I just said what they've revealed because they've revealed it already by the time I told you.
Or whatever. But there's an opportunity for us to come back to YouTube. Whereas if it's just held in the void with no resolution forever, there's no way of us legitimately coming back to the platform.
May I add one more thing too? They kept.
So that was the plan, by the way. To just scam them out of income, have them be permanently left on pending appeal.
Yep.
And then there's some speculation that Quartering was then going to sue them.
Yeah.
So that they wouldn't be able to do anything to defend themselves because they wouldn't have the income to support a lawyer.
Yep. So Toasty just experienced a very similar thing because YouTube's gotten really good at their ways of suspending accounts to fuck over everyone. Because when she got demonetized again, the way that they went about doing it was they just said that her account is in suspension until she gets through the approval process of, disputing it. And there's just, so they have everybody's money. They didn't give it back. They did cancel the membership gifties, right? Because they have to do that on that one. But the super chat money, it's just sitting in some account, in YouTube somewhere. So everybody, Toasty got screwed out of getting their money. The audience members who wanted to make those donations haven't gotten their money back, and YouTube makes interest off those accounts.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, give us proof. Send us I think what was it they were asking me for, like an ID or like an image or like proof of whatever the fuck, to reappeal." And you know what I did? I sent them a nice email calling them, what do you call it? The F word. I'm so used to the word, I don't want to get you in trouble.
I've got, the faggot king here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Applying to Flake on email saying, no, the appeal did not go through. You are still banned. But then in the appeal YouTube studio, it says your appeal is under review.
Yes.
And so was mine, constantly.
Yes.
The emails came back, but they're supposed to conclude the case.
Yeah. It would come back saying, oh, you guys are done. Okay, it's over. But it wouldn't be.
So we can't apply for the pilot program,
There would be no option in studio for us to apply for the pilot program, which... So eventually, it got to the point where we're like, we're not getting this channel back. Like, we've been completely fucked. And if YouTube admits fault in this, they open themselves up to liability,
big
and news articles, and all sorts of bullshit. So they're not going to admit fault in this if there is shady, scummy shit going on. So we just want a resolution to this. Either, great, we won the appeal and got it back, but we're like, just tell us and apply to the pilot program.
Right. Oh, by the way, there is obviously another downside besides just the loss of all the Kino Casino stuff, which is archived. But Warski's channel, he had like hundreds of little clips of his stand-up career and stuff, going back like nearly 20 years. That's all gone now, permanently, that he didn't have backups of. So
they've effectively made a Schrodinger's cat out of these channels. They're in stasis. They exist, but they don't exist.
It's like, imagine if, like, I don't know, most of us have had Facebook for like 20 years or something at this point, coming up to it. It would be like if they nuked my Facebook profile. I'd lose like 19 years of photos.
Right.
Although, to be fair,
that's your memory. It's not just like a financial thing. Yeah, that sucks, but it's memory. It's stuff you worked on, put
I was like
time
22
in.
when I opened a Facebook account.
Oh yeah, but that is the reason why all the way back then
Not
they
me.
made sure that to put in the terms of service that those aren't your memories; those are your submissions to the corporation that now owns your memories.
Yeah, exactly.
I had so many accounts that they keep suspending my accounts.
I did download every single photo off my Facebook not that long ago, in preparation for killing my account and maybe starting a new one with a completely different name and stuff like that.
Right.
But then I decided, fuck it, whatever. I figured, who cares? I'll just make sure I've got all the photos, and at least that way, if I ever do decide to close my account, I can make that decision like that,
Yep.
And started uploading my photos to my own fucking storage anyway. Anyway, let's move on.
But they wouldn't do that. This dragged on and on and on. And it would have dragged on potentially indefinitely forever.
Probably.
Except for the fact that Flaked lives in Ireland. Our editor lives in Ireland. And
so what does that mean, Ashton?
So Ireland is a part of the European Union. And we all know that the European Union has stronger consumer protection laws. But it's not enough. We still would have been fucked if he was in some other EU country, if he was in Germany or France or whatever.
Yeah, it has a lot of little benefits like that. I'd still rather not be in the EU because the amount of corruption is fucked. You basically have to be communist, you know. All the shitty things about the UK that the current protest is against came from being in the EU.
Yeah, and the whole like, to me, the heart of darkness that is the EU is the same heart of darkness that has undermined this sovereign nation, and it's the centralized private bank system, you know, that they use to make the euro, because that's ultimately you're going to be beholden to money markets. That's the way that they sidestep all of you know, these actual protections people have, generally speaking, legally, and they just lucked out in this instance of Ireland still having some way to navigate through all that fuckery. But,
yeah, man,
that's the intention of it all.
Hey, Smash JT! Shout out to Smash JT, good friend of mine, and all of ours actually. And really appreciate you showing up, buddy. Here for $9.99. Thank you. Says, great to see you well. Hope all is well. Understand life gets in the way and bills to pay, but we love you, man. Thanks, buddy. Hail, Toasty and John. Cheers. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, and obviously referring to the fact that I have a day job now, so I don't stream as often. But hey, that's it's really appreciated, man. Thank you for the support.
You can be fresher for.
I mean, I am. Yeah, I don't have anywhere. Burnout is hard to keep fighting against, you know. Not that I was burnt out, but it is definitely a lot harder to keep talking about the same thing every day. Incremental developments, whereas this is difficult in a whole pile of different ways. There's too much Hambly for me to cover in one show. I just can't do it, and I really can't.
I remember Tuesday morning. I remember on Tuesday morning, I was just kind of like, when I got the message, it was like, oh, I guess we're not streaming. I was like, oh God, by the time we get around to getting back into this, how much more is going to have taken place?
The thing is, everybody knows what's going on. We've paid lip service to it. And the Chrissie stuff as well, I want to get into. I don't know if we'll have time. If we don't get it done today, we'll probably do it a bit before we start reviewing a movie tomorrow. Scarface, isn't it? I think, yeah.
Yep.
And so we'll probably continue this tomorrow to try and do the bits if we miss any today. But this part here for me is the most important part, because this explains so much of just how fucking bad YouTube is to its creators, and just how bad it can be made to be as well by interested or influential parties. It's fucking scummy, but also, if you're anybody except Andy Warski, it's kind of hard not to see this as massively good news, because now we're all hearing about it. So anyway, Smash, you're a fucking legend. Thanks for the $10, buddy. I do sort of lurk in your streams while I'm sort of dozing in the morning, but I haven't been in chat. Keep up the good work, buddy. Appreciate you as well.
10. Drop it.
Hell yeah!
Indeed.
All right, let's let them continue.
Probably would have been. You haven't provided a resolution within the time required by consumer guidelines. YouTube shot their fucking pants within.
So basically, because of the extra protections that people in the EU have, and with YouTube having a base in Dublin, they are, you know, they have to do what the EU tells them to be able to operate. And that means that one of the perks is they have to expedite Irish cases.
Right. Which in itself highlights the importance of decentralized governance. You know, because the more they can centralize these things, the more that they can just cut you off.
Yeah. It's still nepotism, excuse me. Anyway.
24 hours.
14 hours, 14. Because last
right. So end of the day, when Flaked, the editor, decided to get a lawyer involved and start pushing YouTube for a resolution to this case, within 14 hours it was resolved.
The lawyer put it in last night. Yep.
14 hours. The channel, the case, was taken away from the YouTube employee, which we believe is Jeremy Hambly's YouTube rep, taken away from him.
I mean, 99.99999% chance it is, yeah.
Or her, rather, and given to the legal department. And the legal department resolved it as, too bad, so sad, you're fucked, okay? It's over. You're not getting the channel back. But at least we're no longer in the void. At least we're no longer in limbo, and there's now a path forward through the pilot program, right?
You know, for a couple of guys that Quartering badly wants us to see as like toxic and evil and insane and they're really quite rational. This is some bad fucking news for them.
They're just not civil, and that's the whole point. They're effective. Yeah, they're effective, and that's right. And the cynicism and the satire that they operate through helps expose this shit by actually, working as an immersive element, because
of course,
it captures people's right.
I mean,
but through that, people get good information.
Like, do you think Warski doesn't know what they're going to be talking about on the show? They have a folder they can both see that Warski opens up and queues up stuff for Ashton to comment on. So, but then Warski's going like, oh, no! Like really over the top reactions to everything. Right. Like he doesn't know full fucking well. Like they don't clip all this stuff themselves. It's showmanship, dumbass. Yeah. And when shit gets real, it's time to be real. And they're being really very patient and rational, dare I say mature about this. The Quartering would be probably dead, drowning in a pool of fireball by now.
In some ways they're kind of like Penn and Teller in terms of showing you how the magic works by putting on an elaborate show,
Well, I mean, the thing is, they break character all the time. I mean, Ashton does. Ash breaks, PPP breaks character constantly, especially when he gets to like his wit's end with one of these lolcows. Very often just starts giving them actual sage advice.
Oh, yeah.
Which they never listen to. But there you go. Anyway.
But here's where it's interesting, and here's where we all know it's shady, the situation.
I didn't know this, by the way, until the morning. While I was talking to Flake, I checked my email. I'm talking to Flake. I'm asking him for all the details, screenshots, da-da-da. And I'm like, while I'm talking to him, I'm on my phone. I open my email. I'm like, bro, they resolved mine as well. We just went after it.
But
the clip chat.
That's the thing, right? We're not in the European.
So they didn't actually ask for the Warski channel to be resolved.
Right.
So the fact that the Warski channel was resolved as well
means that they're in association to the same claim,
which means they are in association to the same employee, which means the employee has to be Hambly's rep.
Yep.
Right.
Because it's all connected.
Now, otherwise, why would they have done that? Unless it was done as one case number, which it won't be.
Right.
Which would be insane. I doubt the system works that way.
Right.
And it's I don't know.
Union. Yeah. We're not in Ireland.
Well, the individual channel cases would be different, but the representative agent number, the funneling point.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I don't know the system, but I know how systems like this generally work. Tickets get filed per channel. It will be. It won't be. So the fact is that there's two together that are both being dealt with by the same person.
There can only be one common denominator, and that would be
and that must be the employee. Yeah, which means that must be. But I mean, you can't prove it, but it
right.
Common
but it stands
law,
to reason. It's just common sense.
It stands to reason that therefore is Hambly's contact.
Yeah.
So you are cooked, indeed. Says I.
To these consumer protections, but then somehow within that same time period, Andy's channel gets the resolution as well. So obviously there was some shady fucking bullshit afoot with what this.
Can we kick Jer out of Christianity?
Yeah, I was gonna say I got good news for you, Dave. He's never in Christianity. He's
never
just
been
mimicking
it.
Yeah,
it's a grift.
So you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. You just have to expose
representative
him for a charlatan.
Shady.
Would be funny though if he was like forcibly transferred to another religion, like a sports team or something. So suddenly he has to start. Suddenly, him and Melonie Mac are both preaching the Quran or something. That'd be really funny.
Right.
Fucking
I'd say turn them into Pastafarians, but Pastafarian's a good religion. I don't need that one ruined.
He's like, oh, sorry, I can't stream at this time anymore. I have to go kneel to Mecca. You know,
right?
I'll be
bowing all
He's
day.
not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to get down on his fucking hands and knees and pray. He doesn't even go to church. He watches it on TV. Anyway, let's let them continue because it gets better.
And somehow within that same time period, Andy's channel gets the resolution as well.
So yeah, again, there's no way that would happen because they're not in Dublin. They're not Irish. I mean, Warski obviously is somewhere, but more likely Irish and Italian. First wave of immigrants into America, you know.
Obviously, there was some shady fucking bullshit afoot with what this YouTube representative that Jeremy had.
Is that you talking, John? Sorry, I thought it was Warski.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think, you know, in some ways, I wonder if that means that there's referral notes and comments on the individual claims that cite each other or highlight. Like, that's the only reason why any of this would, because why would you go and associate one to the other when you had some level of plausible deniability? But the fact that this has now happened goes to show that, this is all but, like, you know, the bullet being retrieved and the gun being found, like, you know, like, in the, you know, this is,
disassembled
This is
in the
about as
employee's
clear as
trash can, you know. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, if you want to kick him out, you got to get the Pope, and the Pope's going to have to come along, and he's going to have to say, "Abi hinc puer pinguis," which loosely translated from Latin means "get the hell out, fat boy." There you go.
Doing now. People have asked, do you have this person's name? No, we don't. Do you know if they got fired or disciplined?
I hope.
No, we don't. We hope so.
I hope they're
And
fired.
do you know if Jeremy still has the services of this
He's part Portuguese, Canadian white. Okay. There's definitely Irish in there, though. I figured it was his cousin or something.
I was told he was
Canadian, not American, of course, yeah. Stupid. Go on.
Someone had told me that he was like Arabic or Middle Eastern.
He has
someone
that
else
about him, but then to be fair, that's the same sort of equatorial climate as this, you know, Portugal.
Yes, they tend to have like tanner skin and darker hair and darker eyes.
Swarthy is the term, I think, for like Mediterranean people.
Mm-hmm.
And Portuguese definitely not in the same exact region, you know, is approximate in terms of complexion and stuff like that. For sure, anyway.
Representative? No, we don't. We don't know these things, but based on what we're seeing play out.
Mr. Rouge says, when you have eliminated the impossible, then whatever remains, however improbable, must be true. Exactly. That's how, I mean, it is literally just process of elimination at this point. And it is elementary, my dear Watson.
Yeah, it'd be like seeing somebody at one point in the day, a picture of somebody early on, like, say, the east side of the bridge. And then on the later part of the day, you see them on the west side of the bridge. You could probably infer that they crossed the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know? It's not likely that they were, like, lifted up by a helicopter and put on the other side of the bridge either.
Right.
There's also an Occam's razor element to it as well. If you hear clip, clop, clip, clop, you think of horses, not zebras. You know? Mm-hmm. But yes, it is Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, nice to see you, Mr. Rouge. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah,
we can make some sort of speculation as to what's going on. I think when Jeremy says he's in the YouTube gulag, it means that this representative is not going to help him in the same way anymore.
To Rumble, by the way,
he's moving everything to fucking Rumble.
Yeah, he's running away from YouTube now. It's not a big surprise, as I pointed out earlier on in the stream. If you search quartering now. It even a surprise to me, the channel doesn't come up first.
Yep. Well, much like a faulty internet browser without a good firewall, it's susceptible to attacks now, right? And so now that's his firewall's gone. So now he's just having to deal with the bare unadulterated, raw internet, and the bitch can't cope.
I mean, for sure. There's any advantage that this YouTube rep would have had for him is now got. Although, to be fair...
And he's moving over to Rumble because Rumble... I hypothesize that Rumble also likes to see jurors suffer because he's allegedly trying to get out of his contract, but Rumble won't let him. And it's like, well, yeah, because, people are using that for a gold mine. And why let Rumble's just like, let everyone make hay.
Exactly.
Suffer, juror!
And for the record, if he hadn't told Josh Moon all about this with permission to leak, this would never have come back as cleanly as it has.
Right.
Pride comes before the fall, Jeremy.
Right. And the real interesting thing about this is it actually, in many ways, shows, rather than the fracture of the fellowship, as some people I think are trying to say that this is going to be, this is more of actually the success. Because through all this insanity, there were still people connected enough to actually put it all together and be open and honest about it to expose what actually is going on.
This has consolidated everyone against Jeremy. Like people who were, if you mean like fellowship, like the FNT crowd plus.
Yeah, and the broader kind of
themselves. Yeah, like the remnants of the Phantom Menace and plus friends. Yeah, sure. I don't think this is fracturing them at all.
No,
not even remotely, because it's literally all of them against one of them.
Right.
Frankly, and there you go. Anyway, Sardox here for £5. Thank you very much. Done the rally, having a bunch of drinks. Rhoda says hi. Hello, Rhoda. Says it was great. Lots of Keir Starmer's a wanker. Chance dogs to pet and people to talk to. By the way, John, did you see the bit earlier on? I don't think you did. Keir Starmer referred to himself as a gooner in the House of Commons, because to him that's a self-deprecating term for an Arsenal Football Club fan.
Right.
The Gunners get called the Gooners, so he called himself a gooner, and he's an Arsenal fan, and doesn't realise that to the rest of the world it means you're a chronic masturbator.
Oh, sexy. Yeah, baby. To walk us. To knock us. To yambo. To fesso.
Yeah, thank you, Toasty. Yes, let's get to the booby goals. There are boobies in it for you guys if we help fit ourselves up and get into the limit. We are at about 30% at the moment.
We might have to update the Wanker of the Week stuff with that Keir Starmer quote then at some point.
I mean, I there's so much I got to do, and it'll get there. We'll bring Wanker of the Week back, if not this week, probably the week after, when I am a bit more settled into things. And as you can tell, I've been like redoing my set this week to serve multifunction, so I can still do this show, but my background is more corporate now.
Do you know what's crazy?
Go on.
What's crazy is my fucking tweet has 11.9k views, and it's just me saying, painting my toenails white. Should I post photos?
A lot of people in that feet crowd. Yeah, you get the Kate
I'm sorry, it's not even related to this, but I'm just looking at it. I'm like, well, how does that have something?
I got a random notification at the exact minute you started saying that, and I just wanted to check it out, so I completely tuned that out. I'm so sorry. That was really rude. So you got 11,000 views for painting your toenails white. Or wait,
and asking if I should post
was it even a picture? Was it just literally
just
saying?
A post? Yeah, should I post photos? Just asking.
People are like, yes, feet.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize in the wake of all this as well with Sydney Watson. Fuck, there's another thing I didn't get to talk about this week.
Right.
The blackmailing of Sydney Watson, yeah. Although, to be fair, the thing that he was blackmailing her for was really not worth blackmailing anyone over. And no one really thinks any less of her for bad-mouthing him to someone on a Discord server. Because of how much of a creepy pervert he was with her and all that shit about her wiki feet. I'm starting to realize just exactly how many fucking foot fetishists there are on the internet. it's a statistically significant, more statistically significant fucking fetish than I thought it was. I thought it was just, cater. And now it's like, and now I realize, I mean, I know foot fetishes are common enough that people have a name for it, that it's a known thing. I didn't realize it was quite as prevalent as it has been recently.
Oh yeah, like I could tell you right now, like feet is a really big thing, and like black men love feet, and specifically if you have French toenails or white toenails, and they love it.
You mean with the white tips?
The white,
with the color and the white tip, so it still looks like a nail.
The painted white nails. They love it.
Tips, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know, so maybe it does exist, but there's probably a website out there, or there should be. Feetish.
There is.
There is. It's called WikiFeet.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, the actual name, feetish.com, like, because it's
that's what it should have been called, but it's called WikiFeet.
Right. But fetish is better.
There is a website like that. There is. It's not.
It's WikiFeet. Yeah. It's a website where people upload pictures of feet.
Yeah.
Well, there's another
Sydney
one.
Watson's on it. You're on it, Toasty? Are you?
Oh, there is another one but you pay for, like, it's like OnlyFans, but just feet. Just feet.
Oh my God. Only feet. Oh my God. I am not a foot guy. I have no issue with feet. I'm quite capable of giving a foot rub or whatever. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't make me horny.
I don't like.
I don't care. If I'm very much the kind of guy, always have been, that, like, if it floats her boat, I'll do it. But within reason, of course. But I've never got into any like weird stuff like that, really, myself. Apart from light BDSM. But there you go. But that was a phase.
I don't like my feet touched. I'm too ticklish.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking about making $1 million, fetish.com, where your super chats aren't super chat, they're footnotes. Send me your footnotes. Yeah, dude.
Oh my
God. Let's make a shitload of money, Will.
That's almost brilliant. That's
oh my God! Brilliant. Can we make a website with just feet?
Yeah, fetish.com. Get your footnotes in right now. Yeah, get your footnotes in.
You just live stream feet and footnotes. Yeah. All right, let's get rich. Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Can we really do it?
Let's talk to St. Hugo and we'll get a website built or something.
That's right. Can we do this in like next few days?
All right, but can I be like? Can my feet be like that? The banner, like the,
You are oddly
like
proud of your feet.
I'm really proud of.
You could be the spokesfoot. You can be the spokesfoot.
You're the type who wears ankle bracelets, aren't you?
I do have one on. Yes.
There you go. I don't care. Fuck it. You can do whatever you want. I'm not. Just don't use my face. You don't want hairy toes and athlete's foot. Fuck that. But I do get pedicures. That's true. I do. When the wife goes, I get them done. Not because I enjoy it that much. It's because it's so cheap. It's like $5 or something, and some woman does like a full spa, like shaves my feet, my soles and stuff, and then I just fall asleep in a chair for 2 hours, wake up with nice feet. So I'm like, oh, $5 rather than me bending over trying to cut my own toenails. Fuck that noise. Some nice Asian lady.
I think men should do that more. I feel like some men go over the top with that's super gay and they don't really take care of themselves. It's okay as long as you're not painting your toenails pink. I'm fucking fine. Do your feet.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about stuff like that. I'm comfortable with my sexuality, and also nowadays I'm going with my wife. So it's a bit kind of like, well, you can call me whatever you like, but these are my kids, So it doesn't bother me at all. Anyway, that was a nice tangent. Not sure how the fuck we got there, but we did, and fair enough. I think I still owe.
Thank you for $5.
To Sardok, and also to UFO Mega.
Yes, we stepped off the beaten path for a moment.
I'm sorry, guys. That was my
or
fault.
maybe onto it, rather.
Oh, is that how we got on the feet? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. We talk about anything on this show. I don't care. As long as people are watching and enjoying themselves. I guess from the super chats we can tell they are, so that's all right. Oh, excuse me.
I'm feet maxing.
1 second.
Indeed. Yes.
Much better. UFO Mega for $5 says, speaking of feet, Kate added Leon's foot to his toe collection this week. Retard alert!
Right.
Okay, I have no idea why you do that, Kada, but hey, that's up to you. It's up to you. I'm just gonna sit here, banging my water bottle. Not literally. Well, I guess yes, literally, not figurative, not smuttily. There we go. And speaking of smut, thank you for $5.
Thank you for $5.
Hey, we are at 40%, $60 to go. And thank you very much.
They also
for being
took him
here.
away from the homepage and took away his deal. He's seeing that his views are collapsing on YouTube. The algorithms against him, the SEO's poisoned against him because the detractor videos are getting more views, etc., etc. So ultimately, it's not like a total casino victory.
No,
it's very bittersweet.
Yeah, but let's be fair. They this is a win. It's just a win that came at some cost. You know, like at the end of the day, you can't really put a price on that information.
Right.
And let's be even more fair. Anyone who says that it's not 99% likely that this entire yarn that they've spun and we've conjectured about is true is not thinking clearly in any sense, and is just literally trying to find an out, because there's just too much smoke now for there to not be a fire.
Well, it's not even smoke. It's ash, because that's what I was about to say about this. This is like when your house gets burned down at the great cost. The house is still lost. Everything that you had in the original house gone, but you finally got the paperwork kind of came through finally, so you can start rebuilding a new property. And thankfully, there's enough spotlight on all the goings on with this that they should hopefully be able to recover a lot of that lost infrastructure in a shorter period of time. But they still, the houses were still burned down, and that is definitely, it was a great cost. And only because there is so much spectacle on this and various people that are connected to it, were we able to actually decipher this whole thing for what it actually is and just document it the whole way through. So there's nowhere left to run to, kind of. That's why Jer's in the gulag now,
Yep. Oh, he's totally felt it. There is no way out of this for him, like, ever. This is it forever now. Like, you are now branded the flagger guy. And to be fair, it's not like we really needed much more fucking evidence, but the little piece that there's been so many mistakes made, so many mistakes made from just arrogance, the fact that both channels were taken down in the first place at the same time without a single strike being issued, completely ridiculous fucking red flag. The fact that both were resolved at the same time just immediately points to the same fucking tunnel, the same person at the epicenter of all of this.
Right. The bridge.
Whoever they are. And that immediately just leads the tracks back to Jeremy. So there is no way this story plays out. If you want to try and convince me now that it's somebody besides Jeremy that did this to them, you're gonna have 1,000 times harder a time trying to convince me, trying to spin something that makes sense. This is just stone cold sensible, You know?
Right.
Madness. And yes, I did see him advertising 1775 mushroom coffee as well. Yeah, I saw that the other day. I was in the mall, a different mall, doing some errand or whatever, and yeah, that was fucking hilarious. With him sitting there fucking reading an ad read for a different coffee, because now, excuse me, now he has to stream 3 times a day on Rumble. And he has to do their ad reads, or he's not getting that money.
Right.
So there you go. And he's
like I said,
YouTube. You know, go on.
Even Rumble wants to see suffrage. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
And that's what's so great about the people. His last refuge is only propping him up because they're taking delight in this whole fucking like humiliation ritual that he did this to himself. This is karmic. You know, this is beautiful.
This is like fucking. Dave says Jer's a fungus. Yeah. You know, he said that, and it just suddenly popped into my head. The scene from the original Super Mario Brothers movie, the Bob Hoskins one. You know where the king's been devolved into fungus,
right?
And like, and is everywhere, all over the entire city. And then like Cooper, fucking, because he's just called Cooper in it, like in Japan. They don't call him Bowser in Japan; they just call him Cooper. Yeah, Cooper comes in, played by fucking Dennis Hopper. And
channeling all the Blue Velvet vibes that he can.
Yeah, and he sees the huge mass of fungus above the throne. He goes, "My, you have let yourself go." Just hearing that audio played to Jer would be fucking brilliant. But there you go. You're right. He's not a very fun guy. But there you go. All right, let's tie this one off.
It confirms to me that I was like, okay, we weren't crazy. Because I was talking to Flake, and I'm like, yo, wait, what? Because he only mentioned his channel. I guess what happened was when they picked up this case, it obviously has my fingerprints all over it. They're like, okay, just resolve this right now, too.
Yeah.
I didn't head to a lawyer. It was flaked. Well,
it was all flaked. It was all going.
They wouldn't even be able to because they're in Canada.
Right.
Yeah. It's only worked because of the particular arrangement in Dublin.
Right.
It's extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. And
yeah, well, this is also an international incident too. You know, because this involves how many different nation states? You know, you got probably you've got it's at least the U.S. wherever the rep was based
Canada
out
and
of.
Ireland,
Canada and Ireland. So I mean, this is when you go and say that Google is fundamentally trying to dictate the way that things play out internationally, subverting, sovereign rules of law and things like that. Yeah, it's I've been talking about it for decades, and but to have that actually be the thing that, oh yeah, that is the story this week. Talk about a fucking scandal, right?
Yeah,
and that's why when people say this is just internet drama, it's like you're not really paying attention to what's really going on here.
Yeah,
I mean, people
I'm not vaping, by the way. This is one of those fucking, no nicotine air thingies. Yeah, it's not a branded one. I just bought it. It was cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I thought I'd give it a go with a cheap one before I switch entirely and try to get off nicotine. But eventually I have to get off nicotine. That's
if you buy vials of essential oils, each jar that you get to make your own blends, which will last you for years, cost probably around the price of one flavor pouch of those things. So but
we've got loads of that
aromatherapy is
shit.
good. Yeah,
we live in Asia. We have vaporizers. My wife loves all that shit. My house constantly smells like various different oils and fresheners and stuff. It's quite nice, actually. I don't mind it. And then I walk in here and it smells like my feet. Except it doesn't anymore because she made a fucking home air freshener and put it on my desk.
Oh, we love that as women. Like my room smells like I buy candles, but they smell like bakery. I like the bakery smell, like cookies and stuff like that.
Oh, hell yeah. There's a bread shop just near my house. It smells divine. It's almost impossible to walk past. Fortunately, I'm usually on a motorbike, so it's hard not to pull over though. Anyway, carrying on.
In Ireland because there's a separate system of arbitrations through the consumer protections over there that are established that we don't have in Canada or America, right? So that's the situation there.
So
hopefully we do manage to get in.
In fact, you know what? I don't believe in fate, really, but this is so lucky and happened to just exactly the right situation that it sounds like providence, you know? Like this was meant to happen. Like this never happened until someone with that level of fucking ego did something so egregious to two guys who look like they probably deserve it, but don't.
Yeah, it almost seems as though
and affected an
people were
innocent
trying
party
to
in another country.
Yeah, it almost seems as though some Pharisees were getting their reckoning, if you were to look at it in kind of a faith-based kind of
whatever you want to say or how you want to phrase it, the result is the same. This has just this story, like, share this shit out to as many people as you can, everybody, because this really needs to get blown the fuck up. These two are being real chill about it, but this is huge. This effectively outs YouTube's corruption in a way that no one's ever been able to find an isolated example of.
Right.
Or at least should lead to massive worldwide speculation and escalate this entire situation to a much, much more prominent fucking role in, international coverage.
Right, because as bad as AI control schemes are and just going and doing these things indiscriminately, it's even worse when you actually have the whole idea of, well, we have a verifiable system through people, but people are so easily corrupted. But, I mean...
And, I don't know if anyone here frequents, the Asmongold Reddit or whatever it is, that wherever people post the fucking clips they want him to look at and stories they want him to cover. But this needs to get on there. And if anyone watching this right now knows how to do that, for the love of God, help do that. Because this is exactly the kind of shit that Asmongold should be talking about. Exactly. And get that fucking signal boost up the ass to the point where it becomes news.
Common knowledge.
Yeah. I completely believe that is the right thing to do.
New YouTube channel through this pilot program.
Mr. Rouge says, God always has a plan, trust in him and keep moving forward. That's fair, mate. Yep. Sometimes I feel like there's a plan. Sometimes I don't. I think that's the point. What's it? He says, being God is like being a really good video editor. When you do it right, no one notices you did anything.
But ultimately, Jeremy Hambly took away our editor's livelihood, a channel that had 60,000 plus subscribers on it, that was generating 5 figures of revenue every single month from our editor. And so in my mind, this is life ruination bullshit that he's been doing, to where our editor's having sleepless nights. He doesn't know how he's going to pay his bills, doesn't know what his path forward is going to be. He put this on our editor and he put this on us. And so the idea that we're now going to forgive him and stop making fun of him and let him rebuild and regrow and come back and do this shit to us again.
No, thank you.
No, I'm sorry. So
I love that. No, thank you. No, yeah, no, this is why I get really annoyed with people who pop into FNT chat or I don't know who else really. Certainly we had one earlier on here, or I had one earlier, saying, oh, so you're just obsessed with the quartering then. And it wasn't Kira, or at least it didn't appear to be anyway. I'm like, yeah, this is a fucking big deal. And crushing this guy's fucking spirit and breaking him and destroying everything that he's worked for and making him into a fucking laughingstock who cannot succeed at anything on any fucking platform needs to be the punishment for this. For this, what he's done. Because you can't do this to people and get away with it.
And to the credit of this channel's coverage, this didn't happen in the last 6 days or even the last 6 weeks. We've been covering Jur's downfall for well over 6 months now.
That's true.
We were doing this back in 2025.
That's right. We've been on this train since the tickets were cheap. That's right.
Yes.
You better fucking watch out. We're old school boys. We've been covering Jur since last year. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, we have. It's pretty much as soon as the Kino Casino started covering him, I started paying attention because I obviously was a subscriber at one point, and I was like, this makes a lot of sense. I knew there was some reason I never quite liked that guy, some vibe I never got right off him, and then more and more and more over the years, there have been many things that have been red flags for the quartering for me, but they're all in alignment right now. And when that started to happen, I just was like, well, I do have a Wanker of the Week segment, which became a whole show. And we'll return when my schedule's a little less unpredictable. Anyway, as it stands right now, I'm doing everything from DIY to, creating entire branding for a company and stuff like that. For several companies, actually. So there's lots of things going on. Anyway, Mr. Roosh says, I ended blind. Trust and faith is a must. How else could I keep moving forward with a smile and enjoy my life like I never had before? Well, that is a very admirable fucking viewpoint to have, Mr. Rouge. And, we all really do appreciate and respect you among us here. So keep it up, buddy. Yeah, keep that stiff upper lip. Gotta love it.
That's the situation as it stands right now. And I just wanted to go through the whole thing again for you guys so you can understand our perspective on this and why we don't think that it's, but it's so wrong, the feeding frenzy and the hate mob and the cancellation mob.
If he was
Stop it.
Like a...
By the way, is this a hate mob? Yes. Is it a hate mob? Is it a hate mob like a leftist hate mob? No. No. There's no death threats. There's no shit like that. That's just crap that he says because he behaves like a leftist. Right. This is a completely justified. I mean, you could say they're sacrificing the quartering for the corn, or whatever. He's just the latest one. No, because we don't do stuff like that. This is a principled stand against someone who has made a mockery of our entire way of doing things.
Right. Well, it's when you're a public figure focal point with some level of internet lore in this day and age, you're kind of representative, whether we like it or not, of the people in this space. And when we are demonized for so many reasons, and it's something that we fight against.
And now even quartering fans are trying to say that FNT fans are leftists. And it's like, are you mental, bruv? They're like the least leftist people on the internet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they literally couldn't be... They literally have become less leftist by adding fake wizard to the roster and getting rid of Chrissie.
Indeed. And when one of the most prominent figures is shown to be such a charlatan... this is merely people actually thinking about the long-term stability of, just the freedom of speech in general and people's capacity to actually, have a legitimate voice and opinion, because everything that they try to downplay by saying, oh, these people are this, that's Jeremy, but that's not the people in this space. So that's why this now has to kind of be the distinction of...
Imagine how we all felt that, well, for me, it was the morning I woke up and discovered that this cunt Jeremy has a fucking nuclear button.
Right.
It's like, oh, right, okay, so all that TOS stuff, all these hoops we all jump through on a daily basis are fucking meaningless if some fat blowhard piglet motherfucker in Wisconsin can just fucking nuke your channel for looking at him wrong.
Right.
From a different platform. Like, just get in the sea, Jeremy. You are done. You're done, son. You'll never be taken seriously again. And honest to God, like this, if you want to call it a hate mob or a cancellation or whatever, fair enough, I suppose. I don't think it's cancel culture, though, to be quite honest with you, because I think that in general, when we are talking about cancel culture, we're talking about people being unduly and disproportionately crucified and having their lives ruined for things that they did years ago, or or when they never knew that they'd maybe be public figures one day. You know, it usually involves some violation of their privacy to obtain the information.
And it's usually
for
just
cancellation.
some outlier kind of event in a person's life, not a consistent pattern of their character and personality. You know?
Yeah. No, I mean, in this case, unfortunately for Jeremy, he did not realize the severity of what he was fucking around with until it was far too late. In fact, I still don't think he knows. The reality is, that kind of power and availability to abuse that power cannot be tolerated on a platform like YouTube.
Right.
Whether YouTube wants to or not, we cannot tolerate that kind of abuse being possible because it invalidates the platform entirely.
Right.
It invalidates the entire thing.
Yeah, this is why I'm always mentioning how, like, you know, people, a good share of people will only reveal themselves either when they're at their most highest, you know, emotional reactionary state, or when they're in a complete state of blissful comfort and they're just unaware. And Jeremy, we've now seen reveal himself fully because he got so comfortable in the first place that he just started doing this stuff. And, you know, the show and tell, people could see through it, like, you know, him being this industrious internet pioneer who wanted to help people out. And this, no, we know his back history, all of us here. We all, you know, and so, you know, like when that's the thing is you're this guy who has made your entire process completely deceitful from the moment that you even before you even enter into this space.
YouTube should be furious with him. He has made a mockery of their system to such an extent, and their employee too, to such an extent that no one believes in it.
Right. This is an embarrassment and a shame by our association, but it's even more so on theirs, you know, like because that's
the other thing is he needs to be made an example of. And I hate the fact that I have to talk like this, by the way. I don't think I'm judge, jury, and executioner or any of that shit. But the consensus of everybody is, no, the punishment for this must be so severe, so humiliating, so career-ending, as to make it an ultimate deterrent against anybody else ever trying to flex this kind of power again.
It has to be a reckoning, and if it's not going to come from the corporate side that's actually supposed to be responsible for doing these things, then it's only left to us as the individual. And when everyone is coming to the same conclusion, it's not them that's out of line. You know?
No one's telling everyone to come to this conclusion.
Right.
I walked downstairs after I discovered what had happened to the channel, to their channels. I walked downstairs and I was just sort of quietly seething, frankly. And my wife was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I think there's going to be a YouTube war." She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Oh, I think, you know," I told her basically roughly what had happened. I was like, "This is going to be weeks of everyone going ape shit at this one guy. It's going to be great, you know." And then I went on X and discovered that it was well underway. Yeah, and it's been like this ever since. So there we go.
The reckoning is
the reality
at hand.
is, like, you know, it's like, what do we do? I mean, what did we do with Germany after the Second World War? Split them up, cut it in half. You know, created treaties and stuff to make sure.
And it's right in his name. And it's right in his name. He's experiencing the quartering.
Yeah. And to be fair, that was brutal. But then again, it was the Third Reich. You know. Right. And it's like, what's being done to the quartering right now with the relentless mockery, relentless felting, and infinite fucking clips, and a billion fucking videos being made every day by every tiny little channel up to some of the bigger channels. This isn't going to stop because the severity has to match the crime, you know? And in this case, you effectively murdered someone's YouTube career, you know, in cold blood. Because you didn't like something about it, and you missed and got a completely innocent person.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's it. It's the death penalty for the Quarterings channel. You know?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of YouTube. You know, your channel will be rendered impossible to make viable. That's how it's going to be. It's not going to stop. I could stop tomorrow. Everyone else will keep going.
Yeah.
You know?
It's clearly malice, but it's also just reckless malice, you know, because he's completely careless and has no... So yeah, it's one thing to be a piece of shit. It's another thing to just do it so flagrantly and indiscriminately that you cause all this collateral damage. You know,
I would really like, personally, I would really like to know who the fucking contact was at YouTube. Not necessarily who, rather, because as I said earlier on, it would probably be better for their own safety if we never find out. Not physical safety, but like online safety. It would probably be for the best if their LinkedIn profile was never discovered, you know, that sort of thing. If we could, though, get like a Jane Doe interview with them, you know, something like that, where they explain what happened.
Right.
Or someone explains exactly what went wrong here and why that person did what they did for the Quartering. That would be ultimate sort of vindication for everybody, I guess, so we can find out. And YouTube has to fucking pay as well, because you know, they've created a system which I'm like, that's why we've covered this more than anything else today, because I think this is the most important thing. It's more important even than felting the Quartering is discovering what's wrong with YouTube.
Right. Well, that and more people should be aware about how the whole aspect of terms of service policies being under the jurisdiction of arbitration. That whole system is set up to corrupt and slant the table in favor of one party. This is like why you weren't really supposed to have lobbyists and things like that getting into politics for money markets.
Yeah.
Right.
The worst thing that ever happened to politics. Yeah.
Right. And so like it's the same kind of deal.
Yeah, it's exactly the same kind of deal. And then you've got these toadies who are surrounding themselves with surrounding the Quartering, like Melonie Mac and Chrissie Mayr trying to fucking run interference for them. Twice today, I've done a full apology for giving Chrissie Mayr the benefit of the doubt, and twice have I demonstrated the one thing that Chrissie Mayr seems to be incapable of doing herself: how to fucking apologize. You really got to fucking figure this out very quickly if you're gonna survive this. You need to get the fuck away from the Quartering, as people have started calling him. He's now Jer Noble, you know, and that is it. He's radioactive as fuck for life. So that's it. You're basically life in lolcow hell. That's basically basically a life sentence in the court of YouTube public opinion. There you go. I mean, there are millions of YouTubers, and every single one of them sort of flinched when a channel got nuked. 2 channels got nuked inexplicably within minutes of each other.
Yep.
Yeah. Because that's it. Like, you know, even me at the time, you know, I was like, this is the thing that I'm trying to feed my kids with, you know?
Right. And all their PR marketing and corpo speak is to set about there to reassure you that something like this was specifically never supposed to be capable of happening because the system itself is so reliable.
Right.
And
No, don't get me wrong. That's not why I got a job. I was already looking for work, but it expedited the process, let me tell you.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll let them carry on because this is fucking riveting shit.
Who did Bible verses on YouTube, and we're okay. I can see why you'd be upset. This is, you know what I mean? Drama mongering,
yes, and has been.
Fuck. Right,
you know what I mean? For years and years, smeared other YouTubers, covered their controversies, their dramas, and not just 1 or 2 or 3 videos, but dozens or hundreds of videos on people until he had bled everything out of it he possibly could. And then when we do that to him, it's wrong? No. You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
You know what I'd like to see? I want Brie Larson.
Sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
You want to see a Brie Larson YouTube channel make a video about Jeremy?
Yes, I want her to be in her Hambly shed and coming to us live doing yoga or something.
I honest to God, I would laugh my fucking ass off.
That would be a complete redemption of everything.
I genuinely think that like she could probably go on 4 or 5 feminist tirades after that, and it would do no damage to her reputation.
Right.
If she made one anti-Hambly video, she would actually become the fucking queen of YouTube for a little while. It would be hilarious. It would be so fucking funny. It's already funny enough that Brie Larson is in higher standing with the four. I still refer to us collectively as the Fandom Menace because I still like that name the best, and even if fragmented as fuck, whatever it is, I still think that is basically what we all started off as. I think the fact that she's got higher standing with us than Jeremy Hambly is fucking hilarious. But to be quite honest, by the way, never forget, Jer was never Fandom Menace, and he was never Fellowship. He was adjacent to all of them, trying to do his own thing, because he's an egomaniac. Can't share the stage with anyone. Anyone he shares the stage with has got to be working for him. That's why he always steered into that stupid meme. You know, when like the who was it that said that he was the boss and that fucking FNT.
Oh, it was Alex Jones when he was talking to FNT.
Yeah, that's it. He said the quartering's your boss, is he? Yeah. That's right. And then they steered into that meme for a while, but no one steered into it harder than the quartering. Because of course he wants to be everybody's boss. He's got some weird pathological need to be taken seriously by everyone, which is why the ultimate punishment for him is to turn him into a lolcow to such an extent that he can't cover it up, he can't paint over it, he can't smile, grin and bear it, he can't change his content or improve it, he can't not change his content or improve it. He cannot make a move. I said this last week. He can't make a move. He's in the corner right now. He is in the corner. He's the cornering. Yeah.
That's right. He's the one who needs to be put into stasis effectively.
Yeah. He is. I mean, all he wants is to be taken so seriously, and that has been rendered impossible by everybody else on YouTube, because he fucking terrified everybody else on YouTube with this giant, ill-advised, completely ham-fisted, ludicrous fucking stomp of a flex.
Yeah. But we should
All right,
also... You gotta head out?
Yeah. Gotta head out.
All right, Toasty. Thank you for coming by. I'm sorry we didn't even get to Chrissie Mayr, and I've got to wrap up in a minute anyway.
It's okay. It's a lot of things going on.
If you're here tomorrow, we'll take a quick look at Chrissie before we go into Scarface, you know. But Scarface we'll have to get to as well, because that is a long movie and there's a lot to unpack. But we'll get into Chrissie Mayr first. Not literally.
Yeah.
Anyway, Toasty, would you like to tell everybody what's going on with you?
Yeah, I want to watch. Yeah, you can find me on Rumble. That's my primary. I kind of want to watch the fight tonight, though I don't know if I'm going to be streaming it or,
I don't think you should stream it. I think you should stream your reaction to it, but without.
That's what I was going to say. My reaction, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing it on my account, or I'm probably going to be on Iron. Anyway, I'll let you guys know. But follow me on X too. I hear from people that I'm pretty entertaining, and they like when I go after people. So there you go. Follow me on X right here, and that's it. Yep.
I'm a savage on X, but I bow to the queen. All right, Toasty. Thank you so much, dear. Thanks for popping in.
I will
keeping me company.
catch you later.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Tatty, bye.
Yeah.
And we've had times where we've had to eat shit, and we've had to admit wrongdoing, or we've had to apologize, or we've had to go through times where our entire chat was like his.
Yep.
Do you know what we didn't do?
Shit. We ate shit for a bit.
We didn't and every single person turn the entire chat into a total box,
or
cry and whine and complain and make the entire content focused on the trolls and on the haters. No. We kept doing our same content, and we hoped that the audience would be entertained by us enough to forgive our indiscretions and continue to support the show. And that's usually what works. But he's gone.
Well, they had like 17,000 people live watching him earlier on, so I'm thinking it worked.
so far and beyond anything.
And that's a legit number, by the way, as well. First of all, it's on Kick. Secondly, the chat just flies. Like, by the time you finish typing something and hit send, it's already gone. You can't even read your own message in the chat. It's just gone.
I would like to say, though, in all of this, I do appreciate that there's someone as inept and narcissistically driven as Jeremy to bring all of this to the surface and expose.
It's united a lot of people.
You know, the corruption within all the workings of this. Because if he had actually been as savvy as he would like to think that he is, and so like I'm so smart in how I'm doing this, and I got all this shit figured out, and it all bows to me. If he'd actually even had a quartering of that talent, skill, and ability, we'd probably not know about this.
Not even a quarter. Yeah. Fucking 16th.
Right.
A quarter of a quarter.
Indeed.
A 64th. A quarter of a quarter of a quarter.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, no, I completely agree. He's an arrogant sod. He has made the most ironic situation for himself that he could ever have suffered. It's the ironing. That's what this is. There you go. I've got so many names for this. From Quartergate. I generated all these names at the beginning. It's so nice to see people using them. Because I'm barely here now. So so I see people using my little AI pictures of him and stuff in their thumbs, and I'm like, yeah, go on guys, keep it going. I love it. Anyway, all right, let's keep going a little bit longer.
And then the lack of any sort of repentance, the lack of any sort of change, the lack of any sort of break. It's like, man, you have to go through the process of eating it in order to get your redemption. You don't just get to say you're redeemed and you decided that, bro. That's not the case. We're the aggrieved parties in this. Listen, what we were doing was internet shit talk, Jeremy. That's what we were doing. Something you've participated in gleefully for a decade, Jeremy. Now, were we more scathing and more cruel and potentially more funny than a lot of people are? Absolutely, right?
There's a reason that they fucking got legions of people on their side,
Right.
Because they're fucking excellent at this.
But where do you draw the line?
To a degree I've never seen before. Even I used to hear the name and be like, what the Kino, what? I don't fucking know what that means. And then I think Smash mentioned them during Goonagate, and I checked them out because they covered Razor Fist, and I was like, holy fuck.
Toasty was the first person to mention Kino Casino to me. So,
yeah, I mean, I heard about them when they were ripping on EVS quite a lot during the whole fucking, rise and fall and potential rise again of the Rippaverse. I don't fucking know. Anyway.
You're not the one who gets to decide where the line is on what you can and can't make fun of or what you can and can't criticize, my friend. You aren't that guy, bro. And so you decided that because people are making fun of your show in a relentless fashion on a constant basis, that you had the power to ruin their lives. And now when people are and stomping on you, I'm sorry, that's not how it works. Get fucked, Jer. Get fucked, buddy.
I can't believe people actually thought we were, be nice. That upper echelon video blew me away. I was like, I can't believe these. Okay, so just let him all right, you let him stab us. Where were all the videos about us being banned, of us being attacked from upper echelon, from everyone defending Jeremy right now, Chrissie Mayr? Where was it? And now we're the cans.
It never was.
Jokes about
it never was.
Exposing him.
Well, ultimately, the God's honest truth of this whole thing is we've been punching up the entire time. We're the underdogs. Yeah. This is a guy with millions of subscribers, millions of dollars, institutional backing, employees at YouTube that he claims are in his pocket and that he can have take down whatever the fuck. And now he's the victim and we're the fuck. Because his life ruination attempts on us blew us up to the point where we're now much bigger than him in terms of live viewership. What?
They're right. Upper echelon, fucking milquetoast piece of shit, did a video called Social Media Feeding Frenzies, the Quartering. 2,100 likes, 1,300 dislikes, and rising. Oops. Yep. Get wrecked. Comments are crazy.
I can imagine.
Yeah, they're all just telling him he's a sweeper, and leaving oranges in his chat in his comments. Congrats, you're about to get lumped in with the quartering, you dumb fuck. He doesn't quite realize what this is, does he? This is a cleansing. This is an extermination. You do not want to. You fucking high ground. Ugh. I can't stand these virtue signalers. There we go. Anyway, fuck upper echelon. Twat. Anyway.
What sense does that fucking make?
Social media and I mean, Raw Jared's chat. I have it here. Raw Jared's chat.
Oh yeah, Raw Jer. There's a Raw Jer now. I love it. Like Raw Phil, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant, right? Also, I think it's hilarious because it's called Roger. It's Roger, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Raw Jer. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, yeah, fuck that video. I'm gonna go and dislike the fuck out of that in a minute. But there we are. Anyway, I think that's more or less all we have to say for today, I guess. As it stands right now, it's getting a bit late. I need to go to bed.
Indeed.
And the time is getting on. But it's been a blast. We still have, you know, shitloads of stuff here. We have obviously Chrissie Mayr on Cecil. I'm sorry, I'm British. I say it properly. Cecil says that guy who used to be Comicsgate or whatever. I don't know what he's doing now. Lost a bunch of weight, became a whoremonger or something. I don't fucking know. Anyway, used to be funny when he was fat. But then there's that, and honestly, these little pockets of people who, just because they don't like, say, Nerdrotic or something, it's like, you think Nerdrotic asked for this to be shot on his fucking doorstep? No. It's been brought to his fucking doorstep by Chrissie Mayr.
Right.
Like, now, so now the people who don't like the Fellowship are like getting in on that. Okay, get wrecked too. You'll just end up on the fucking scrap heap with Jeremy at the end of it.
Right.
Oh wait, I remember that guy. He sided with Jer. Fuck him. You know, down with him. I got 2 super chats that I didn't read. I'm sorry. Says, I find painted nails drives feet people crazy. Says Duct Tape Lady. Well, Duct Tape Lady, I can imagine that you would know about that, because I certainly wouldn't as a man. But yeah, I know guys who are into feet are really, really, really into any manner of dressing feet up. Toe rings, ankle bracelets, all that shit. You know?
General care.
Yeah.
Upkeep.
Reminds me of the episode of Friends when Phoebe, because she's a masseuse, she's like giving a client that she fancies a massage, and she's got like her feet all done up like that, because that's the,
because he's looking at her feet during the massage
through the table. Yeah. But there we go. Anyway, good Jer wants rid of Chrissie. Yeah, of course he does. He should. I mean, Quartering tried to blame it all on him as well. That happened earlier this week. Everyone, Quartering, some fucking peasant in Quartering's chat said this all started when D-Day Cobra got butthurt because of your video. It's like, are you living in a fucking dream world? First of all, there was no butthurt. He laughed and then decided to get in the mud because that's the kind of guy he is. Secondly, he has suffered no consequences whatsoever while the Quartering is getting wrecked. Yeah, that was a major stepping stone, but that's not even true. It began with Goonagate.
Right. This has been a long burning fuse to get to this point. There's a lot of lead up into it. And that's why when people talk about this being internet drama, just getting into some internet drama, it's like, no.
It was internet drama during Goonagate.
Right.
But it had a fucking purpose too. Even then, it was more than drama.
Right, and I would say even then, like that. I think that the cake of this, because like the stuff that's happening now to some degree, like the people that are kind of just, they're aware of it, but they are downplaying it to themselves and are being dismissive and willfully ignorant and just doing cognitive dissonance exercises and everything like that to sit here and say, that's the internet drama, the way in which people are reacting to what is actually the substance, which is the cake underneath all that frosting. Like,
laughing at him because he talks shit to the women on his show, criticizing him because he's a creepy pervert and he's fat and he's obviously a drunk. that's internet drama.
Mm-hmm.
He escalated it significantly beyond the internet drama.
Right.
And if anyone tells you that it's internet drama, tell them that they're a retard.
Yeah, like I said, this is legitimately an international scandal or a worldwide scandal. Yeah, it is worldwide.
Content creation. Someone just proved that the rules of content creation need not apply.
Right.
This fucking matters to anyone who has a YouTube channel and takes it seriously.
Right, and they would do everything they could to supersede national sovereignty. Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean by this is as catastrophic as it gets. When you talk about, the centralized, one world government of things, this is what I talked about, what it actually is. It is not going to appear in a nation-state world governance. It will be through economic backdoor corporate means. Because that's why I get pissed when people talk about late-stage capitalism. No, this is early stages of corporatism, tokenization, commoditizing everyone, and turning everyone into a thing rather than an individual with free agency and will.
Capitalism enjoys there being individuals who have capital to
free market capitalism is the whole concept.
Yeah, corporatism is
competition.
Not that.
Corporatism is not that.
It's just people who don't actually understand what they're talking about. It happens all the time.
Right.
Anyway, thank you, Duct Tape Lady. And Free Expression Warrior for $2 says it has united the left and the right on the net. Exactly. That never happens. Very rarely indeed do left and right unite. And let's not be...
And the last time it was like this was...
We're not exactly talking... We're not on speaking terms. But we're all going after the same fucking target right now.
Right, and the last time I recall something like this was days of Occupy Wall Street, and ever since then, Wall Street tried to occupy us to create these divisions, but ultimately through these mechanizations, we get back on focus of corporatism's gonna fuck us over. We all don't need to have a whole bunch of fucking terms of service policies undermining our lives and superseding our actual just agency as a free-willed individual. That's the whole concept of what life's struggle is about. Like, this is the Lord of the Rings. You don't want to have like centralized fucking controls that just undermine every aspect of who and what you are. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. We're all united by this one doom.
Indeed.
So there we go. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. We need to make a crappy white label coffee. Crappy white label coffee. No, wait, that's almost as bad as coffee brand coffee in terms of SEO. Shit house coffee. There you go. Make it. No, make a coffee. Make a white label coffee and call it quartering.
Yeah.
Call it quartering brand coffee. Or quartering felted.
And whenever you get like a coarse, instead of being coarse ground, it'll just be quarter ground.
Yeah. There you go. All right, that's it. That's the show. We have got to 45% of the goal. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, that is $55 short of boobers. But John can maybe entertain us with his whereabouts in the next 24 hours.
My known whereabouts will be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, where you can find me Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays throughout the week with obviously Will and Rhoda and sometimes Toasty when she... Right, when she wants to hop in, as everyone's seen. And then also at that time on Saturday mornings over on Honey Badger Arcade doing the Weekend Culture. Otherwise, tonight, depending on what Toasty decides to do, I'll either be watching Gina Carano by myself and just, then taking care of Scarface as well. Or I'll be doing a live stream with her where you can always find me on her channel throughout the week at 8 p.m. Eastern, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But like I say, that's all going to depend on what she decides to do and whenever she decides to go. But outside of that, I do want to thank everybody for being so active in the chat today. We appreciate all likes, shares, follows, kind donations, all the ways that you show any support. Greatly appreciated. And always blast hanging out here with you, especially with as active as this week has been in terms of all the going on to just touch base is a good thing. But yeah, of course, with all that said, y'all have a wonderful weekend going forward, so we can ask you how it was sometime next week, and then safe travels ahead, and be awesome as always, and try to find out what those oranges are for. Yeah.
Everyone knows what they're for now.
Right.
This is throwing at Jeremy. Anyway, and the Geralites, of course. Yeah,
Right.
thank you, everybody. It's been a week. I'm tired. I got to go to bed. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And, yeah, knackered. We're going to be reviewing Scarface tomorrow, as well as talking about this more, probably talking about the Chrissie Mayr side of things a little bit more. And wasn't that fucking fascinating, the way that it actually seems to have played out? I personally found that really interesting, because that's what affects the future of this. Like whether there is, you know, a legal side of this or anything like that.
Right.
But there we go anyway. Thank you, chat. You've been awesome sitting in here talking to us. A lot of fun. Thanks to Toasty for showing up as well. That was helpful. I was all on my lonesome before that. Shout out to Rhoda, of course, doing the bit at the London rally. And shout out to Tommy Robinson and all of those guys for giving the people of the UK, when I say that, I mean the British, a fucking voice, as well as the legal immigrants who did integrate and like the fact that the country is the way that it was, or was the way that it was. And let's restore Britain, shall we? Because reform is not enough. Anyway, there you go. That's what I think, and you guys can go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments after the stream, or right now in the chat while I tell you that, again, we'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, question everything, respect the fans, check out the Discord. The link is down below. There are lots of other links as well that it would be nice if you checked out. And the boys of the fans will see you tomorrow for The Bad Guy. The world is ours. Until then, have a good one. And what can I play? The credits are wildly out of date. I don't know what to play. I'll just play a random fucking clip. Just a random something. Just fuck it here. Just play the wanker clip again for Keir Starmer. And we'll catch you on the next one. Till then,
Indeed.
Tatty bye.
I'm sexy. Baby. Tu locas. Tu locas.